I dey want to. Because now engine dey cost. Where I dey want for way if I buy it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they boss my mind self be the 3-in-1 action no. Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Yeah. So where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
When you wake up in the morning and you know the money calling, oh you go work, but you know inside your side, you for believe with us, you for hold my hand and believe.
Business News. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard. Hello and welcome to the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN, Goyle and Access Bank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Coming up, informal sector maintains its dominance in Ghana's labor market, employing a significant 75% of the country's workforce. But are these jobs stable employment? We'll tell you more. Also coming up, Ghana's major ports, the Tema and Takoradi harbors drop in global ranking, according to the 2023 Container Ports Performance Index. And later, government's plan to introduce a 50-kilo weighing scale for the sale of maize has been met with resistance by industry players. The details of our stories now. The informal sector maintains its dominance in Ghana's labor market, employing a significant 75% of the country's workforce. However, this sector often provides unstable and low-income jobs, making it a major contributor to widespread unemployment. The 2023 Ghana Human Development Report, released by the UNDP in collaboration with the Ghana Statistical Service and the NDPC, is proposing a raft of interventions to stem the tide. Here's more.
According to the report, youth unemployment remains alarmingly high, with 65% of young people aged 15 to 24 experiencing joblessness, underscoring a present challenge for the nation's future development. Addressing these issues is crucial for Ghana's long-term development goals, demanding the urgent need for strategic investments in human capital, technology, and digital infrastructure to foster sustainable job creation and inclusive economic growth. The report themed "The Future Value of Work in Ghana: Pathways to Sustainable Jobs," advocates for a holistic approach to bridge the gap between current employment opportunities and the evolving job market. The report further calls for reforms in education to include STEM and STEAM education and entrepreneurial training, equipping the youth with skills essential for future employment. The report recommends collaborative efforts from the government, private sector, civil society, and individuals alike by prioritizing a national consensus on long-term development plans as Ghana approaches key milestones such as the Sustainable Development Goals by 2030 and its centenary of independence in 2057 to ensure that every citizen enjoys the benefits of decent work and improved living standards.
That was a news desk report. Moving on, Ghana's major ports, the Tema and Takoradi harbors, have dropped in global rankings. According to the latest Container Port Performance Index for 2023, the Tema port ranked 376th out of the 405 ports globally, while the Takoradi port ranked 274th. But what accounted for this low ranking? The following report has the details.
The report, compiled by a team from the World Bank and the Maritime Trade and Supply Division of S&P Global Market Intelligence, highlights significant challenges in the efficiency and competitiveness of Ghana's ports. Tema ports rank at 376 out of 405 ports globally, and Takoradi ports rank at 274, represents declines from their standing in the 2022 edition of the report. In 2022, Tema port was ranked 205 and Takoradi port was ranked 245th out of the 348 ports included in the Container Port Performance Index. These low rankings underscore the urgent need for improvement in port infrastructure and operations to enhance Ghana's trade efficiency and economic growth. Ports plays a crucial role in facilitating international trade, and their performance can significantly impact the economic development of a country. The low ranking of Tema and Takoradi ports highlights areas where improvement can boost the port's capacity and efficiency, ensuring it can better serve the growing demands for global trade. Efforts to enhance port performance could involve investing in modern infrastructure, streamlining operational processes, and adopting advanced technologies to improve cargo handling and clearance times. By addressing these issues, Tema and potentially Takoradi ports could significantly improve their standings in future CPPI reports, thereby boosting Ghana's position on the global maritime industry.
Citi Business News' Daniel Sakiti with that report. Moving on, government's plan to introduce a 50-kilo weighing scale for the sale of maize has been met with a pushback by industry players. The government had signaled to embark on the move to promote standardization in the agri-value chain. However, stakeholders believe this is not a panacea to the numerous challenges confronting the sector. The General Secretary of the General Agricultural Workers Union, Edward Kariwe, tells Citi Business News there are more significant concerns that the government should address.
The Minister of Agriculture does not have the capacity to impose weighing scales on people. They do not have. I don't know where their mandate is coming from. If they impose weighing on the farmers around that place, how are they going to ensure that they will buy all the foodstuffs? What is the capacity of them to actually supervise the available information? One extension officer to not less than 5,000 farmers. How is the ministry going to ensure all food stuff and that is produced by the farmers are weighed? Is it only going to be maize? What about yam? I just think that the ministry is not focusing well. This is not a major priority. The priority today is to assist farmers to produce enough food. Priority today for Ghanaians is for them to assist in getting the food to the urban areas to meet the demand.
That was the General Secretary of the General Agricultural Workers Union, Edward Kariwe, speaking there. Now, the once vibrant Osu night market is now experiencing a downturn as traders there lament a significant decline in sales. They attribute this decline to the challenging economic conditions in the country, which have constrained consumer spending. Citi Business News' Daniel Odumensa visited the market and filed this report.
Upon arriving at the Osu night market on a Friday at approximately 7:30 p.m., I was met with a subdued atmosphere. Only a few customers were seen at some food stalls patiently awaiting their orders. The market, known for its diverse range of offerings, including pork, smoked fish, banku, kenke, rice and grocery items, has historically been bustling with activity. Some traders I spoke with revealed that they now begin operations as early as 4 p.m. in hopes of increasing their earnings. However, they shared a different reality. This contrasts with the market's usual lively environment, which dates back over 40 years to its inception by the first night market trader. Ashoko Noti, who has been selling banku and smoked fish for nearly 4 decades, pointed out that the market rarely sees significant foot traffic unless there is a special event.
I'm saying markets are door. Until Abani say, "Oh, say Niamaya kosu gidi gidi one." But
trading has been slow recently. Not long ago, this place was bustling with activities. We used to have a large number of customers coming here, both foreigners and locals. Quite a few. It's challenging to count them all. During festive times, we see more foreigners visiting.
Nipa baye 10 na 20 but normally occasionally to say ba be di homo won say no foreigners ni be ba bebre nti ema ahaye very busy.
Similarly, Doris Lamte, who has been trading for 26 years, attributes the decline in patronage to the adverse economic conditions affecting their customer base.
The country is experiencing economic distress. Sales have not been encouraging recently. Previously, I could fry more than 5 crates of eggs. But now, despite starting earlier in the day, I managed to fry only 1 crate of eggs. Some people arrive here as early as the morning. In the past, between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m., you could find food to buy, but that has changed recently.
Over 2 a.m.
In contrast, Patience Adote reported experiencing good sales and offered an explanation.
I take care to make my pork appealing to attract customers. There are 3 of us in this market. You might think so, but that's not always the case. Today's sales have been decent.
That was a report filed by my colleague Daniel Oduo-Mensah. Now, growth is crucial for the long-term survival of any business. But how do firms unlock their growth potential? They can achieve that by partnering with the right financial institution. That's the view of Director of SME Agency Banking and Partnerships at Absa Bank Ghana, Audrey Abaka. Speaking on the last honor series of the 2024 Citi Business Festival, Audrey Abaka highlighted factors businesses must consider when looking out for the right financial institution to partner.
When you talk about the heart of an organization, every policy that touches on the emotions and the feelings, so your mission, your vision, your value, your purpose, all of these things are the heart of the business. And then the brain, your strategy executions, your technology, your processes, and all of these are the brain. Without money, the business cannot function effectively. Finance enables business operations. It enables their growth and sustainability. And if you don't have a strong financial health, your business will struggle to grow. So it is essential that every business considers its financial strength seriously. And one way to do that is to partner with a strong financial institution. If you want to sustainably grow your finance, you need a financing partner that is liquid and well capitalized.
Audrey Abaka is Absa Bank Ghana's head of SME Agency Banking and Partnerships. The full conversation with Audrey Abaka on the topic strategies to grow sustainably is later this morning at 9 on the Citi Breakfast Show. The Citi Business Festival 2024 is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Absa Bank and is sponsored by MTN Business, Gersal, AMG Fertilizers, Insano Limited and Agri Impact Limited. Now, on the forex market today, the dollar is selling at 15 cedis 80 pesos. The British pound could be sold to you at 19 cedis 80 pesos, and the euro is going for 16 cedis 85 pesos. And that's it for the breakfast edition of the Citi Business News, proudly brought to you by MTN Goil and Access Bank. My name is Nashika Caesar. Do have a great business day.
Beautiful people, we are live in town, soaking in the excitement about the partnership between Access Bank and PABS, revolutionizing the way people move money across Africa. Let's hear directly from those reaping the benefits.
It's a relief. Anytime I send money back home, my family receives.
chance of the game. First goal of the game. Sensational start for Georgia. Kwicha Kvaratskhelia. What a noise. What a moment. Georgia's dreams of reaching the knockout stages are alive early in Gelsenkirchen.
Wow, 2 games. As soon as they win it back.
And that was how one of the greatest upsets began at a major tournament. It was Georgia standing Portugal to reach the round of 16 of the ongoing Euros. It brought the group stage matches to a close. Reviews coming up in a bit, plus this.
I've shown the way. So it means Insuatre can follow. Insuatre can easily follow. All they need to do is to consult, and they've already said it, and Eric said it in the interview. Maxwell, they'll definitely consult.
A new chapter for Insuatraman about to kick starting the season in the CAF Confederations Cup, but a former executive council member is tipping them to do well with Maxwell Kunedu at the helm of affairs. All of that and more coming up with me, Bernard Abeku-Autry. So our very first story for today, and former member of the Ghana Football Association Executive Council, Samuel Enimado, believes that Insuatraman can replicate the achievements of Dreams FC in the CAF Confederations Cup next season. He made the statement while speaking with my colleague Gabi Ofe on Football Made in Ghana following Insuatraman's victory over Bofakwatano in this season's MTN FA Cup. For Samuel Enimado, Insuatraman have got a strong managerial backing to be successful in Africa.
Dreams have shown the way. So it means Insuatre can follow. Insuatre can easily follow. All they need to do is to consult, and they've already said it, and Eric said it in the interview. Maxwell, they'll definitely consult. Maxwell has been at the World Cup, he has been at the African Cup, so he has seen it all. Eric also is talking about the administrative side, the management and what they have to do by consulting Dreams. So it's up to them to make sure they stick to their words, get some ideas from Dreams, what they did, what they didn't do. Some of us also help from the back. We will also do the same thing to support Insuatre, and then they will go and make us proud. They have a very good team. All they need is to keep the team and beef up with some few experienced players who have been in the African terrain, like Dreams did with John Entry. That's all they need. 1, 2, and then they can do it.
Samuel Enimado also commented on the infrastructure related to Insuatraman, discussing the choice of a venue that would be conducive for the club fans in their effort to create a challenging environment for their rivals next season.
When it comes to the stadium, the club licensing issues, you now have to look at the proximity. Insuatre, where Insuatre is, this is why it is sad that we are in this country and the government is building AstroTurfs. We don't consult and build it properly. All these plenty AstroTurfs, if we have built only 10, that meets football standards. By this time, we'll be doing so much well. Only 10. They build about 200 or whatever AstroTurfs. They all don't meet any standards. You see, all are built for politics. But we should think beyond, we should think outside the box and do things right. So it's a bit difficult situation for them, because if you look at the stadiums around, maybe, I don't even know. I don't know if it's Obuasi. I don't know if it's, because Kumasi Babayara is also always sometimes you have to get a
Media Madam home, new home.
Mediama's home will be, but look at the distance.
Okay.
They will leave in Insuatre to Takwa. You get where I'm coming from. That's the problem. But if you look at the proximity, then it's Babayara.
Samuel Enimado is an executive council member or former a member of the Ghana Football Association Executive Council. We stay with the new champions of the FA Cup, and the team received a grand welcome from hundreds of residents in Insuatre in the Bono region following their triumphant FA Cup title win. The people of Insuatre turned out in large numbers to celebrate this historic achievement, expressing immense pride in their team. Tukumasi now, and Dr. Prosper Nateogum has successfully undergone a surgery following a brief illness. Kotoko announced that via their X account. Although the club did not specify the nature of the illness that required the surgery, they confirmed that the procedure was successful. Ogum is now focusing on regaining full fitness ahead of next season. To some athletics, and Elaine Thompson-Hera will not defend any of her Olympic titles. Well, she has withdrawn from the Jamaican Olympic trials due to commence this weekend as a result of injury. Away from that, Well, let's get into it. And Genk Tosun scored a stoppage time winner as Turkey beats the Czech Republic in a blazing final group game to secure a last 16 tie against Austria. The Czechs needed to win Wednesday's final group game to avoid being eliminated, and they pushed for victory in the tense closing stages. Elsewhere in Gelsenkirchen, Georgia sensationally booked their place in the knockout stage of the competition. We hear from Georgia starman Avisha speaking through an interpreter on the famous win against Portugal.
The answer is yes, I got it. I said that I would do that when I feel high. And yes, I have a jersey of Ronaldo. I got it. And we also made it through the next round. And this is the best day in the lives of Georgians. Everybody is so happy. And indeed, we just made a history. Nobody would believe that we would make it happen and we would defeat Portugal. But I think this is why we're the strong team, and we just encourage each other, and we said that we can do that.
That's Vicha Kvaratskhelia speaking after the game through an interpreter. Or Belgium's Roberto Martinez slammed the inconsistent VAR for not awarding a penalty in favor of Cristiano Ronaldo.
We didn't play with enough intensity. Conceding early led us to doubt, but I changed 7 or 8 players from the last game, and I wanted all players to be as well prepared as possible for the knockout stages. And what we had prepared for today belongs to the final result. But we did try to score. At times we were unlucky. VAR was very inconsistent today.
Well, away from there, in the other results in the first ever meeting between the two nations, Belgium and Ukraine could not be separated as they labored to a 0-0 draw. And after all 4 sides finished with 4 points in Group E, Dominic Tedesco's men finished second behind Romania on goals scored. Ukraine, meanwhile, are the odd ones out, finishing bottom on goal difference, with their heavy defeat to Romania on match day 1 coming back to haunt them. What's it means is that Romania and Slovakia, who also played out a 1-1 draw in the final game, will both advance to the round of 16 despite having to deal with stormy conditions in Frankfurt. Let me run you through some round of 16 pairings. And it's Spain up against Georgia. Germany will face Denmark, Portugal up against Slovenia, and France versus Belgium, Romania versus Netherlands, and of course Austria versus Turkey, England versus Slovakia coming up, and Switzerland up against Italy. We'll be telling you more about the dates they can stay. In the Copa America, the Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas played host to Jamaica's second defeat in as many Group D Copa America 2024 games as first half goals from Piero Henkapi and Kendry Pais secured a 3-1 victory for Ecuador. Mexico also saw their run of 13 straight unbeaten head-to-head against Venezuela come to an end as they lost by a goal to 0. Later tonight at 10 p.m. is Panama up against the United States of America. Let's wrap up with some boxing. And Anthony Joshua and Daniel Dubois had to be pulled apart hours before their press conference for a world title fight at Wembley on September 21. Let's take a listen to Joshua.
It feels normal by the minute I'm ahead of schedule, so yeah, it's not redemption, I'm just doing what I should be doing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. With the Usyk stuff, obviously, I wanted to become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. That was the goal. Unfortunately, that didn't happen, but it's fine. That's a competitor in me. And as I said, I found my way to the top again, innit? Becoming champion potentially.
And if it does work out for you in the way you hope, obviously it leaves the door open.
Well, that's your sport this morning on 97.3 Citi FM. For more sports stories, log on to citisportsonline.com. We are on the wings of Shell, Lechelle and Zonda. Many thanks for listening. I am Bernard, a big coach with Sports is Life. Get involved.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. If you need unique services, innovative
financial solution. We deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to let's share go. No matter your situation, come to let's share go. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Dado, Dado. Dado, what are spices? Dado, who be dear Philly? Dado,
we did the Nama McGround. But Dado spices here what Jenny say. Nanya good taste. If we say yeah the natural spices and yeah Ghana hey yao. Annie, you want all purpose, stew, noodles, curry and nutmeg, and a jollof. Dado spices. Taste yummy, taste lemon. Dado spices. Taste day inside.
Is your essay ready? Have you already submitted it? In 2024, who will be crowned the new champion? We're getting closer and closer to the deadline for submission. As a JHS student, don't miss out on the opportunity to win a whopping 10,000 Ghana cedis and an entire year of bragging rights for being the very best JHS student in Ghana. Additionally, you get to have your voice and thoughts heard nationwide as you contribute to national discourse. Here's how to join the Literacy Challenge 2024. In not less than 600 words, write about the role of the youth in shaping the future of Ghana. What changes would you like to see, and how can young people contribute to making them happen? Scripts must be in your own handwriting. Script must be endorsed by a parent. Add your full contact details. Deadline Saturday the 13th of July 2024. Submit entries to the front desk of Channel 1 TV or Citi FM, or send it to P.O. Box GP 14123 Accra Central. For inquiries, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, Alive Soap. Feel fresh, feel alive. From the House of Wilma Africa Limited. Fortune spread for bread. Yummy, delicious, always on point. Another quality product from Wilma Africa Limited. Ruby Biscuits by M4 Foods and Prospectus Ghana Limited.
I am Ohinere Gifty Auntie. You see, it always feels good when you receive that salary alert. I made a bold decision to invest a lump sum into the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan, and this means that I will get these alerts every month throughout retirement for the rest of my life. You too can retire on your own terms, so invest a lump sum in the Old Mutual Retirement Salary Plan today and enjoy guaranteed monthly income for life. Call Old Mutual on 050-453-4333 or visit oldmutual.com.gh to sign up today. Old Mutual, do great things every day.
At 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV, we mean business. Are you an SME owner or an aspiring entrepreneur? If so, then pay attention. Throughout the month, get ready for a month-long series of outdoor and on-air business education programs and events on the Citi Business Festival 2024. Stay connected with 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV as we bring the Citi Business Festival to your doorstep. It will be packed with all you need to boost your business skills. details. Now in week 1, focus on tech startups with conversations on innovation, challenges, opportunities, and much more. Then in week 2, focus will be on agribusiness, conversations within the context of entrepreneurship. Now in week 3, creative entrepreneurship, dissecting Ghana's creative economy, its character, and its untapped potential. And in week 4, general business management for SMEs, examining the Ghanaian terrain and providing the right anecdotes for business success. Join us on 97.3 Citi FM as we bring you the on-air series with interesting topics every Monday to Thursday at 9 a.m. on the Citi Breakfast Show. Catch our insightful Citi Business Festival roundtables on Channel 1 TV with experienced thought leaders every Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And don't miss the Citi Business Festival Forum on tech, agribusiness, and creative entrepreneurship. Stay tuned and let's talk about everything business on the Citi Business Festival happening this June only on 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV. For more information on the Citi Business Festival, call 0205-973-973. The Citi Business Festival 2024 is powered by 97.3 Citi FM and Channel 1 TV in partnership with Absa Bank and is sponsored by MTN Business, Gersol, AMG Fertilizers, Insano Limited, and Agri Impact Limited.
Get ready for awesome! The Samsung Galaxy A05 is here to improve your mobile experience. Unleash the brilliance of the Galaxy A05's stunning screen. From vibrant videos to crisp photos, say goodbye to dull displays. 50 megapixels, folks. Grab memories like a pro, whether it's a family gathering or a breathtaking sunset. The Galaxy A05's camera turns moments into masterpieces. And guess what? No more frequent charging with up to 2 days of power. You are unstoppable. The Samsung Galaxy A05 is your passport to innovation. Grab yours today and step into the future.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show.
Big conversation on two industries. Cement manufacturers say the proposed legislative instrument to try to regulate the prices of cement will not work. There have already been issues in the sector already, with issues around allowing some companies to operate without standards, cheap imports affecting the manufacturers, and now this legislative instrument. We'll hear from all sides on the program. Also, plastic manufacturers are up in arms against a 5% tax. They say it's been applied in a very, very bad way. We'll hear from them as well on the Citi Breakfast Show this morning. By the way, have you finished building your house? How much is cement? Which cement brand do you use? You know, I always tell people that even though Ghanaians are struggling, what I respect about Ghanaians is that Ghanaians build. Ghanaians like to build. So you would meet somebody who's on a very low income, he will still get land and build. You know, we're at a stage of development where people can buy land and build. Of course, in many advanced countries, you just have to buy a house. But we are in a country where people build their own houses. So even though people are struggling, he will get a land and he will start doing something. So cement affects all of us. Cement affects all of us. Now, the thing with cement is that if the standard of cement is poor, your life is in danger, because if the cement is low quality, the building can collapse. So cement is an industry that you cannot live on its own. So I understand when the minister wants to regulate it, but he is wanting to regulate not quality but price. So it would be nice to see what the LI is about. Is it just an LI on price or on quality and standards? All right. Of course, once you are talking about price, there are different grades of cement. So obviously, inherently, there's some standards issues there. But to the extent that these are private companies who have their own cost build-up, how realistic is it to try to regulate the price? Now, cement is a necessity. It's not a luxury. It's a demand. It's cement demand is, I can even say, almost inelastic. Right? So when cement prices go up, people will reduce their ball of kinky and still buy cement because they want to build. And if somebody asks you, where is all the money in Ghana? All the money in Ghana is in concrete. You just have to drive from here going to Adenta or drive from here going to Nsawam. Everybody is building, because I think from our traditional setup, a man must build his own house. So it's good. It's great. Cement is a very critical commodity. Is the minister on the right path in the approach he's using to try to regulate cement prices? That's the question for the morning. By the way, plastics as well. Plastic manufacturers say that the 5% excise tax is unfair and wrongly applied and will disadvantage them. What is the real issue? We're going to deal with those issues in the next couple of hours. And we have the last of our honors series for the City Business Festival. Our guest is Audrey Abaka of APSA, building a resilient SME. She has some great insights for you there. Send us your comments, 054-998-6996. I have a fun question for you. For those who've built houses, what was the price of a bag of cement when you build your house, your first house or your house, versus what is this today? Of course, if you haven't built a house yet, you will just deal with the current price. But for those who built houses earlier, maybe 2015, 2010, 2012, 2000, 1999, do you remember the price of a bag of cement? One of the things we need to do on the economic desk is to compare what a price of a bag of cement is in relation to other things. So how many balls of kinky go into a bag of cement? Right? If a ball of kinky is 5 cedis and a bag of cement is between 85 to say 110 cedis, how many balls of kinky will a bag of cement buy? We should have that index. We call it the cement kinky bar index. And by the way, somebody sent me a text message that he was in Tema and he bought a ball of kinky for 7 cedis. That's what somebody sent me a text yesterday when we were discussing.
I saying one ball of kinky.
One ball of kinky.
For 7 cedis.
Yes, this person said he bought the kinky in.
That's a serious matter.
Tema. In fact, let me get the story for you.
A ball of kinky.
Yes, it says, good morning. I want to bring this to your attention. That a ball of kinky is now 7 cedis at Tema Community 1 Site 8. As for the pepper for the kinky, they've stopped using fresh tomato. They now mix tin tomato and Maggi cube to the grinded pepper to give it taste. The least said about the price of the fried fish, the better. Ghana is more than hard. And this guy sent this to me under no pressure. I wasn't discussing Kenke. I wasn't discussing Pepe. I was discussing Kenya. And he said a ball is 7 in Tema, site 8.
That's serious. A ball of Kinky for 7 CDs. Yeah. That's
but what is 7 CDs? 7 CDs is now almost useless.
Well, I mean, that's one way of putting it. But 7 CDs is a lot of money,
when you open your
for
wallet,
someone who earns 1,000 Ghana CDs, and people do that.
I'll tell you something.
How many balls of Kinky can they buy a month?
I needed to buy fuel today. So when I came, I opened my wallet. And then I saw 20 CD plenty. And I wanted the driver to buy fuel. So I counted the thing, 500 CDs.
You know, rich.
Like, no, the 20 CDs was plenty, but it was only 500 CDs.
Okay.
So I was counting, 1, 2, 3, and I was even using saliva. 1, 2, 3. So I count. So when I count the thing, I say, I was 300. I say, wait, count. And this is 20 CD. Now, if I have 20 CDs in my wallet, what can I do? If you have 20 CDs in your wallet and you live at Adenta, will you come to work? No, let's assume you have 20 CDs in your wallet and you live at Adenta and you work at Adabraka.
No, you can't come to work.
You may come, but you may not go back.
But coming to work includes going back.
You can come and not eat. If I give you 20 Ghana cedis.
No, I don't think 20. No, I don't think so. 20 Ghana cedis can't take you from Adenta, bring you up to Accra.
So 7 cedis is worthless.
Because the thing is, if you're coming from Adenta, you take a vehicle, you can come straight to Circle. So let's say you are working at the ministries.
Yes.
So if you get to Circle, you need to take another car to the ministries. Or if you are coming, you come through the Accra area. Yes. So you get to Ridge Roundabout.
Yes.
So you either have John Akakovi by walking to the place.
So you say 20 cedi cannot. So 7 cedis is nothing.
Yes.
Because if I give you if you let's use this person. He's a security man. He lives in Adenta. Let's say he works at Shiashi. He needs at least 50 cedis a day.
Reasonably.
Or he has to find a gobe joint where he can get food around 7-8 cedis. So that one he maybe need 20 cedis. Take a car from Adenta, get down at Shiashi, walk to his destination. He will eat some yokegari. He may not get cocoa. Just to 7 cedis is almost nothing. How much is pure water? Pure water that they sell
50 pesos.
Are you sure? Huh?
Oh, it's 50 pesos. The sachet water. It's 50 pesos.
50 pesos. 50 pesos.
Yes.
Okay. Then 20 cedis is something. So I counted plenty money and gave the guy. He didn't even reach. Plenty.
But there's even if you want
So if I have 10 cedis in my wallet, I don't think it doesn't look like money again. It's like 10 cedis. What can you do? Because what can I buy?
Can buy you maybe a ball of kinky. 5 cedis at some places, 7 cedis we hear in some places.
So there's a watcher joint at Labone on Saturdays, very early in the morning. They come there on Saturdays normally. If you go there, you can buy at least 10 Ghana cedi watcher or 15 Ghana cedis if you want to fill your budget.
10 cedi watcher.
10 cedi watcher before you now go into adding all the other uncomiums.
And they've done well. So have you finished building your house? That's the question for listeners. When you were building, how much was a bag of cement? What is the average bag of cement costing? There are different brands. There's Diamond, there's Gasem, there's Supersem, there's Dangote, there's Jata. So the prices range from I think 84 cedis to about 120, depending on whether it's 32.5 hour, 42.5 hour. Minister Katie Amon wants to regulate cement pricing.
So 1,000 Ghana cedis gives you 10 bags of cement almost.
Yes, 1,000 cedis, 10 bags. Do you know 10 bags if you are building? It depends on what you are doing. It depends on what you are doing.
If you want to build a Hongo DK, which is 1-bedroom house,
right? You can't use them. You have to use. Sky, you haven't even talked about the foundation. Do you know the amount of cement that goes to the foundation before we are talking about the pillars? When you finish the pillars, the wall there, it doesn't take that much. And the wall, by the way, the cement is both for the mortar and then the plastering. You get, and for some of that, use 32.5 hour, and then for some, use so for outside or 32, maybe inside or 42. Charlie, you know go fit.
Wow.
1,000 cedis won't do anything. Even if 10,000 crowd, so 100 bags is 10,000.
Wow.
Oh, wait, you said if a bag of cement is 100 cedis.
Yeah, you get 10.
So 100 times 10 is 1,000. So 100 bags is 10,000.
10,000 Ghana cedis.
For 100 bags. 100 bags cannot build a house.
For somebody who is earning 1,500,
100 bags of cement cannot build a proper house with foundation.
No,
it can't. 100 bags, no.
It will be a stretch.
You will not build a proper house. So to build a house, you need at least 50,000 cedis worth of cement. Right?
Something to build something.
Even a chamber of house, chamber and hall, maybe small. Maybe you have a house in the land in Kasua. I need look. What's 30 paper? Give me a basic calculation. Basic calculation of if I want to build 2-bedroom house.
Yes.
At Uyarifa.
Yes, with kitchen.
2-bedroom house.
Yes.
How many? Or Grant, our architect, how many bags of cement do I need to build a 2-bedroom house? Standard size. Like Grant, the one we built at Mepe.
Mm-hmm. If you would convert
so
it.
The Mepe one was a 2-bedroom bungalow.
Okay.
For a nest.
A nest, yeah.
How many bags of cement do I need to do that? So if you're an architect listening or you're a surveyor, please help me. Because this is a very big topic. Quality of cement, pricing of cement, and then we also talk about plastics. All right. And a ball of kinky is 7 cedis in site 8.
It's crazy. It's crazy. This is this is unacceptable.
But do you know that when you mash that ball, you'll be more satisfied than when you eat it with pepper?
Oh, really?
So I'm just telling you something.
Is there the water filling your belly?
No. If you mash that ball and you add sugar and granite, it will take you further than you eat it with pepper.
I disagree.
Oh,
I disagree.
You see,
the issue is the water that is giving. When you eat the kinky like that and you drink water on it over time,
there's no
nutrient. It was but what you have the atadi there,
you add some small milk.
You have the calami there.
Calami, you don't have money to buy. So if you have 10 cedis.
But sugar, what nutrient does it give you?
If you have 10 cedis.
The only thing you get there is peanut.
Okay, let's look at it. Let's assume you have 20 cedis. You buy 2 balls for 5 cedis each, 10 cedis. Then you buy the small sugar and the granule. The granule they used to tie. Charlie, those things. They used to sell that thing. And they sell sugar that they tie.
Yeah.
But the milk, they don't sell it like that because milk goes bad.
Yeah, that's right.
But I think some of the milk companies
you can buy the ideal milk, the strips.
Little pillows.
Or
you can buy the nut. Do you know the nut? Charlie, but government, we are suffering. This thing you are doing, no, Charlie, no.
I was telling. I said last week, guys. Last week,
no good.
I went to pick up my wife. I went to pick her up at Asylum Down. That's her office. Some guy was selling trainers. I think it was trainers.
Charlie, what? Is it for buy the thing by boss?
He said he wanted to sell you a pair of jeans or something.
Something. But I can't remember what jeans or trainers.
But he should go and change it with the seller. Give it to the seller to give you food now.
Look, people are going through the ringer.
You see, the fact that we are even talking about these difficulties shows how failed the system is.
No, that's true. I just want to stay focused on cement. I know. I want to stay focused on cement. I want to know how many.
But if you can't feed yourself, you are less likely.
I get it, but we can't discuss food every day. Today I want to talk about cement because
this is equally important.
If you look at the hierarchy of needs, you are right. According to Maslow, man will eat first, but after you eat, there's shelter. All right, before the rest. So basically, a house is a critical investment. So how many bags of cement do you need to build a 2-bedroom house? And you can do it, which grade of, so part of the house will need 32.5 R and some will need 42. So high quality cement, I think, is used for maybe plastering inside. Maybe low quality may be used to build an outside wall as mortar for the concrete or something, I don't know. Those who build can tell me. But basically, how much money do I need, or how much cement do I need to buy if I'm building a basic 2-bedroom house? All right, where the land is already flat. So I don't need to do any wild foundation, just a normal foundation.
Okay.
How many? We'll use that in our discussion later on.
And the person helping us, please, there's also Tabo House, the one we use wood to do, right? If you go to Ashama, you see that a lot. So the people who are in the space, if you just want to use concrete foundation.
But why do you want to build a wooden house?
Oh, well, I mean, many other countries, they use only wood in
but
their
here, wooden houses are semi-permanent too.
No, but you can also...
Because of the problems with land, if in Ghana, you should build a house with concrete. Because if you build a house with wood, they'll call you a squatter. Well, generally, it's like you have a wooden top. If you have a foundation with concrete and you put wood on it, they will describe you as a squatter and come and take your land. So generally, people want to build solid houses. Even the poorest of the poor try to build a house with concrete. But I get your point around wood.
Yeah.
But wood is not even cheap. Proper wood is not cheap. Proper wood. Unless you are building for Gate, maybe you are Nika shop and you just want to put on wooden structure. You want to build a wooden house? Wood is expensive. You can ask the wood people. Wood is very expensive. Let me tell you a story about my old neighbor, a hardworking baker who makes the tastiest pastries. For many years, she's always had a small shop. On my way to work today, I passed by a shop and she upgraded to deliveries. All it took was a conversation with ABSA and she got a collateral-free loan of up to 500,000 cedis with a 10% annual interest rate. Best rate on the market today. So for budding entrepreneurs seeking the next chapter in their stories, visit any ABSA branch to speak to someone to help guide you on your journey. Because at ABSA, your story matters. And here's exciting news. The new chocolate beverage on the market from the producers of Cowbell is called Twisco, a chocolate food drink with a blend of premium cocoa powder enriched with NF4, a combination of energy boosting minerals and vitamins including B, C, D, iron and more. Twisco is available in 20 grams and can be found at your nearest neighborhood store. And it's only 1 CD, 80 pesos.
Wow.
So you can pour it on the gari
and mix it
to go well. Start your day with a cup of Twisco or just add hot water. It's nice, right? So it's just 1 CD, 80 pesos. So Sky, you can buy it. And gas and swabba. Did you know that cooking with firewood and charcoal can be as harmful to your lungs as smoking? Did you know this?
Oh, really?
Look, I know people who cook on large scale, kinky people who sit by fire a lot. Sometimes they get high blood pressure. The heat doesn't help, and the smoke can affect your eyes. It can enter your lungs.
So that's the problem. Not that when you eat grilled.
No. We're talking about the heat and the smoke on you. So what the MP is doing is that they have introduced the cylinder recirculation model.
Okay.
Where you can switch to gas without hassle.
Okay.
Trade your empty cylinder for a filled one. No more long trips or waiting around to fill your gas cylinder. It's a great initiative brought to you by the National Petroleum Authority and the Ministry of Energy. And those of you who are higher on the pyramid of needs, if you want to travel to just
when you are fed yourself,
yes,
and you have a shelter,
and you want to now move into I want to recommend Global Wings.
Thank you.
They will help you travel to Malaysia, to Singapore to see some nice sights. Travel and see. You know, it's a great place to go. Kuala Lumpur is an amazing city. Petronas Twin Towers, a sight to behold. Singapore has some fantastic buildings as well. Call Global Wings on 0550 188 181. You can also send a WhatsApp to this number 0550 188 181. It's an amazing opportunity. You can also go to Global Wings Travel GH for more information. And if you're seeking advanced medical treatment abroad, let Nexus Global Services lead you to over 100 top hospitals and doctors in Turkey. Yesterday, Turkey qualified to experience high quality care at unbeatable prices. So, knee replacement, kidney transplant, obesity surgery, cancer treatment, other medical concerns, Nexus will make your journey smooth. Our office is at Domi Paraku at Crisport Hospital. Call us on 053 9659 259 or go to nexusgsl.com. All right, have we received any bill of quantities on building a 2-bedroom house?
Well, there are a number of comments that have come in thus far, treating various aspects of the thing we're running this morning. So, for instance, this one is coming in from Kwabena Dako at Apollonia, and he says that we built a 3-story building. I'm now seeing the money we have put in so far. And so far, he's spent about 70,000 Ghana cedis on iron rod. Alone, if the text is to be believed. This one says, Bernard and team, I started my building project in 2009 and completed in 2013. So that'll be 4 years. Cement was 7 Ghana cedis when I started and 11 Ghana cedis by the time I completed. So that's a 4 CD increase.
So wait. Repeat the message again.
So he said he started his building project in 2009.
2009.
And completed in 2013. So that's about a 4-year span. Now, cement was 7 Ghana cedis when I started and 11 Ghana cedis by the time I completed.
Do you know what you just said?
Yeah. So
cement was 7 cedis.
In 2013.
Nine.
Yeah,
2009.
Yeah. So 2009. So it was 7 Ghana.
Yes, hold on there. How much did the guy buy Kinky in site 8 community?
7 Ghana cedis.
So what could buy you a bag of cement in 2009?
Can now buy you a ball.
Can now buy you a ball of Kinky?
Yes. Dr. Bami, are you listening?
Is that why they call it concrete?
That's why I said
it's serious.
It's a serious matter.
2009 bag of cement is now 2024 ball of Kinky in Tema.
That's crazy.
Let's another one that.
Let me finish this statement.
Okay.
So he goes on to say that in current times, given the price of cement, I doubt I would have the dream of building a house. In fact, building again is the very least on my mind as we speak.
How much was the bag in 2013?
2013, I say 11 Ghana cedis. By the
so let's trace this. 2009, it was 7 cedis.
Yep.
2013, it was what?
11 cedis.
Here's somebody who said he built his house in 2018, 2019, and the bag of cement was 30 cedis.
Hey.
Now he says, I bought 13 bags of cement over the weekend at Kanewu, and I bought one at 110 cedis per bag.
That's crazy.
So from 2013 to 2024, cement has increased 10 times.
That's crazy.
Because 2013 it was 11 cedis.
Yep.
And now 2024 is 110 cedis.
Yeah.
So in 10 years, it's increased tenfold.
That's unreasonable.
So every year it increases by. Sky, this is crazy.
This is crazy.
Anyway, we will talk more about cement, but let's tell you what's trending as well. Citi Breakfast Show. Our main aim is to understand the various angles to the cement discussion. Will an LI regulate cement pricing work, or are there more fundamental issues? Do the plastic manufacturers have a case when they say the 5% excise tax is unreasonable? All of those comments coming up. But Tech and Social Media Trends is brought to us by Telecel. We have everything you want and need with quick and reliable communication, stress-free money transactions via Telecel, transforming your big business ideas into success stories with Telecel Business and more. Connect with Telecel and enjoy a world of endless possibilities, because with Telecel, there's no limit to your connections. And we've got exciting news. FBN Bank is now First Bank Ghana. That's right, FBN Bank is now First Bank Ghana. Stay tuned in and discover the new and exciting ways we're putting you first. First Bank Ghana is part of the First Bank Group that's 130 years strong. First Bank Ghana, you first. Yesterday you were trending.
Was I?
You fire brutal.
Anyway, let's get into the trends. Earlier, or about 15 minutes ago, Napo was in the trends. I don't know why he's disappeared off mine, but Napo was in the trends.
I think he's still on mine.
Yeah, so Napo in the trends. He's been penned down. Dr. Baumia has decided to work with him in terms of the election.
Reportedly.
What I find interesting though is there are not many politicians who are known by their nickname.
Yeah.
So it's a good one to have a, he's called Matthew Opoku Prempe, but I think the word Napo is more common than Matthew Opoku Prempe.
No, Opoku.
Yeah. So his house name has grown.
Yeah.
It's an interesting one.
Anyway,
yeah, it's an interesting
so that is Napo. Also trending. In line with the politics, hashtag fix the country is trending, hashtag MPP must go is trending. So all of these things are mixed. To some music, I mentioned the... Okay, so this is it. Yesterday, the Hennessy Cypher was released for the uninitiated. The Cypher is where you have a collection of rappers together and they rap on a beat and all of that. So the latest one had Sarkodie representing Ghana, Calligraph Jones of Kenya, Didi B of La Côte d'Ivoire, and a few others, Ladipo and others. So people are talking about which rappers they thought were impressive on the Cypher. So people are talking about Sarkodie, Calligraph Jones, Ladipo. And as all of those conversations were going on, people went to pick the 2022 Cypher that had Manifest on that. So as a result, the name...
What is Cypher?
Like I said, a Cypher is when you have rappers together and they are rapping.
It's like a dunking contest.
If you like, yes.
Wow.
So M. Dot is trending as a consequence.
Wow.
M. Dot is trending as a consequence. And then the Euros, you have the Euros also in the trends. Turkey.
Charlie,
and
you
all
know,
of that.
yesterday I was telling my people that if you want to learn how to speak in tongues, just look for the Georgian names. Charlie,
Kevicha Kvaratskhelia.
Sky, let me give you the name of the starting 11 of Georgia. The goalkeeper is called Mamadaskvili. Number 2 is called Kakabadze. Number 3 is Zvelasiani. Number 4 is Lokoshvili. Number 5 is Chakavetadze. Number 6 is Kochoshvili. Number 7 is Kvaratskhelia.
Who? Kvaratskhelia. Number 7. The Napoli.
Number 22 is Mikuataje.
Ataje.
I swear the name, Charlie.
Anyway.
Oh, Georgia.
Charlie, they have very interesting names. Those are some of the things. The round of 16 fixture bracket is done now.
France versus Belgium.
France, Belgium is the biggest one there. Italy, Switzerland is huge. England, Slovakia. Spain, Georgia.
You'll be there. No, England will win that thing.
Oh,
Portugal is playing.
They win it. Portugal is who are they playing?
Let me.
They are playing some Sanquas team. Portugal, they don't qualify.
Anyway, let's move on to some tech news quickly. Now, Cambodian leader Hun Sen has thrown his weight behind a new homegrown messaging app, but critics say it is a way for the government to monitor and undermine political discussion in the country. Cambodia. Now, the name of the app is called Cool App. It was launched this month to rival WhatsApp and Telegram, and they say it will make it difficult for foreigners to interfere with their information. That's according to something the former Prime Minister wrote on his official Facebook page. Now, it's the first ever Cambodian program and will be used within the Cambodian security domain.
Going up? Yes. After you. No, you first. No, please. I insist. You first. I wouldn't dare, my friend. You first. Beauty before brains, my friend. You first. The honor would be mine. You first.
Oh, my word. And I hear they were there the whole day. Our employees take our You First philosophy to a whole new level. Get used to a bank that believes in putting you first. FBN Bank is now First Bank Ghana. First Bank Ghana. You first.
Auntie T, abeg, fix me go betete Ghana. No garri, no oil, no plantain, just beans then eggs.
Hey, brah, that be dangerous combination, no.
Problem no day. I fit handle am.
For Telecel, we the Bob say everybody gets what they like. That be why Made For Me bundles day. Based on your usage, you fit get your own data and call packages. Fala! Made For Me bundles like the way you the want them. That *530# then buy Made For Me bundles today.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
Is your essay ready? Have you already submitted it? In 2024, who will be crowned the new champion? We're getting closer and closer to the deadline for submission. As a JHS student, don't miss out on the opportunity to win a whopping 10,000 Ghana cedis and an entire year of bragging rights for being the very best JHS student in Ghana. Additionally, you get to have your voice and thoughts heard nationwide as you contribute to national discourse. Here's how to join the Literacy Challenge 2024. In not less than 600 words, write about the role of the youth in shaping the future of Ghana. What changes would you like to see, and how can young people contribute to making them happen? Scripts must be in your own handwriting. Script must be endorsed by a parent. Add your full contact details. Deadline Saturday the 13th of July 2024. Submit entries to the front desk of Channel 1 TV or Citi FM, or send it to P.O. Box GP 14123 Accra Central. For inquiries, call 0205 973 973. The Literacy Challenge 2024 is powered by Citi FM, supported by Channel 1 TV, and is sponsored by Ghana National Gas Company, Alive Soap, Feel fresh, feel alive. From the house of Wilma Africa Limited. Fortune spread for bread. Yummy, delicious, always on point. Another quality product from Wilma Africa Limited. Ruby Biscuits by M4 Foods and Perspectives Ghana Limited.
The winger, just a minute drive from Central University, with almost 600 acres. We offer service plots and homes in a self-sustaining community with well-planned roads, utilities, top-of-the-line security systems, and fire and police stations. Call us on 020-8732-302 or go to woodlandsofthetracogroup.com for more information. Difficult to keep good news to yourself, especially when it can transform your life and those close to you. SG Ghana went low on interest rate last year, and this year we're even lower. Are you an SG Ghana customer or on the Control and Accountant General's payroll? Then the time is now to get the money you need to turn your dreams into reality. Visit any of our branches and speak to our dedicated staff about the amazing Yatisubium loans available today. Call 03022143114 for more details. And of course, this is until end of June. SG Ghana, the future is you.
Fix the country. No.
And the goat of all buffets returns with a hat trick. Chicken Grill brings you 3 days of all-you-can-eat customized buffet for only 100 cedis each. Chicken Grill buffets are customized with such that guests sit comfortably and order their meals to be prepared from scratch. Basically, you command, let there be wache, and it appears. Call 0533-615-069 to enjoy 3 days of great food from 29th June to 1st July. You can simply show up and ask for a free tasting of our delicious chicken, bread and buttered in Ghana. Call Chicken Grill on 05-336-15069. All right, since we're talking chick and grill, let's drink water and let's brush our teeth.
Thank you. Water is important and it helps, digest food that you eat, all of that. Our bodies are made up of average 60% water, so water is key in all that we do. Get Standard Water, great water for you. And call 0202055703 or 0547334385. Standard Water, me feel you. Now, every time we eat, food and sugars are trapped between our teeth, leading to tooth decay, gum disease, and in some cases, foul breath. You need Pepsodent Cavity Fighter, and it's strengthened with profluoride and microcalcium ingredients, sealing tiny and invisible holes in your teeth. Pepsodent is recommended by the Ghana Dental Association, and remember to brush your teeth twice a day. Pepsodent, every smile matters.
All right, let me take you to the minister. But I'm plotting my graph. 2009, a bag of cement, and I'm guessing this is the 32.5 R, 7 cedis average, right? 2009, 7. 2013, 11 cedis. The next year I have is 2018. So I need 2015, 2016. But 2018, it was 30 cedis. 2021, 49 cedis. 2022, 62 cedis. 2024, 110. So I'm missing some years. So 2009, 7 cedis. This is what listeners are giving me, so I'm just putting it together. So it's the breakfast show index of cement. 2013, 11. 2018, 30. 2021, 49. 2022, 62. 2024, 110. Let's hear the minister's reasons for wanting to regulate cement prices.
For the long time, you never see cement prices de-escalating. It's always escalating. It's always going up through the ceiling, through the roof, and towards the skies. Somehow, something has to be done about this. At a point in time, we were not producing so much cement in the country. Now we have an installed capacity of over 11 million tons in the country. Our demand is nothing like 11 million, so it must be a very profitable enterprise. But I think it behoves on those in responsible positions in authority to ensure that the good people of Ghana are not fleeced. I am not comfortable. I don't believe that we're getting good prices for all that it's worth. I think there's something fundamentally wrong with the pricing of cement in the country. Everyone seems to understand the mechanism of price, cedi appreciation and depreciation. Whatever the cedi situation is in relation to the dollar, we would know at any material time. The cost of the materials that go into production of cement, we will know. The clinker, labor costs, and all of that. That should be on the round table. It should be open for everybody to see what is in there. The committee then is going to ensure that you have a reasonable profit on top of that. Is that a bad suggestion? And so today I have received a copy of a petition written by the Association of Ghana Cement Manufacturing, whatever. Pretty insulting. Dr. Amwa Dawson has been a person I've known for many years when he was at GASM. We've been very good friends. When we started all this cement manufacturing, whatever, he was part of it. He has been in consultation with us. He has been on board with respect to all this that we have undertaken. Now he writes to Parliament, tells Parliament to order me to take back my document and to consult with him, and that what I'd done was not respectful or something because I hadn't told him. Sometimes you got to be careful when some of these things come about. But he's a PhD, he's a doctor, so reading and comprehension shouldn't be a problem for him. He should go and read the Constitution, and he will see that by Article 11 thereof. Parliament doesn't help me to go and consult with him. I mean, the procedures that he's talking about, if he understands, I don't know. But so this is it. I am going to encourage my colleagues to ensure that there is some sanity in the pricing of cement products, cement really, in the country. It's about time that somebody took a handle of the situation and got things in the right direction.
That is the Minister for Trade and Industry. Oh, Lord. Let's get Dr. George Osnamwa. He spoke to Marusanda Amadou on the matter last night on Eyewitness News.
Cement production is technical. Serial. Excuse me, it is not political. There are a lot of things that actually enter into that profession. And it takes dialogue and engagement for you to understand. What goes into cement production, like I said, I'm repeating, is technical combination of economic, technical, social, whatever. And we are saying, and we have been saying it over and over and over again, that the cement products that you see in the market, it is manufactured and produced based on milling or importation of raw materials. A chunk of the raw materials, that's the clinker, we can't get it in Ghana, is imported. You're talking about 70-75%, depending on the volume or the quantity that you use. You can have it in an average of 75%, and that is imported. So, the situation we are in now, which we all agree, that no one can deny it, that cement prices have been escalating for the past 3.5 months, or even getting to 4. And there is a reason for that. There is a reason for that which the Honorable Minister knows. That is against the backdrop of how cement is produced, which cement production hinges on importation of raw material. Clinker is the major component. You can't do without clinker, and that you need to import it. So in a situation or with an industry like this, fluctuation of foreign currency or exchange rate is crucial, very crucial. This we've really demonstrated very crucial. It affects everything. Even affects the cost of the product itself, clinker. It affects the freight. It affects even the tariff at the port. Do you know that the tariffs at the port, that the Ghana Harbour whatever authority, their tariffs are dollarized? Then come to think of maybe import duty, where of course the import duty is quoted in dollars, but you pay in the prevailing rate. So this is what the industry is battling, is going through, that the importation of raw materials or is a subject importation is key and crucial to the cement development. And what have we been experiencing of late? For the past 4 or 5 months, what have we been experiencing? That is fluctuation. The continuous depreciation of the city. The raw material is bought with hard currency dollar. Then you come and mill it. You sell it at cities. You convert it again to go to repurchase what you call the raw material. So the fluctuation. And this is the basis in which this LI, because how come that the LI has not been proposed 2 years ago, 3 years ago, not even 1 year ago. This is being proposed now by the minister because of the escalation of the prices, which the reason is known to all of us. So why don't we sit down and look at the root cause? The root cause for this escalation, and see whether we can find an antidote to that.
What is the root cause of this escalation? So we find an antidote. I'm filling my table now. 2001, cement was 19,000 cedis, which is like 1 cedi 90 pesos per bag. All right. And then 2009, 7 cedis. 2013, 11 cedis. Rose to about 15 cedis, 2014. 2018, 30 cedis. So I need to know what happened in 2016, 2017, 2018. 2021, 49 cedis. 2022, 62. And by the way, this follows the cedi dollar exchange rate. If you plot, it's funny. If you plot cement prices on a graph and then you plot cedi or the cost of the dollar on a graph, the gradient will be very similar. Even just when I carefully look at the numbers, I can tell you. So I think Dosinama has a point there. The currency is probably the lead because clinker is important. Although I need to say, I think one company or two are trying to use locally sourced clinker. Or they are using a green, I'm told they are using a green substitute. So they are using some material they find in some part of Ghana to reduce the dependence on imported clinker, which I think will probably be a game changer because it also it's safer. I'm told it's less. What's the word they use? Carbon, whatever. It's a cleaner version.
Cleaner, yes.
Yeah. Bernard, should the conversation be about the price of cement or why people should be buying cement in the first place? Why is the discussion not about streamlining home ownership in Ghana, deepening the mortgage market, addressing land development and special development? The ridiculous price of cement is a consequence of how haphazard the housing sector is right now. Somebody is taking me to a different angle. All right, let's read some more comments on the cement situation. I will talk about plastics shortly, but I just want more on cement. Please help me.
All right. This one says, I started building my house in Ebri 2018, a 3-bedroom single story. I finished it in 2021. I started with cement at 30 cedis and I finished with cement selling at 65 cedis in 2021. The prices kept skyrocketing such that finally I bought 100 bags at 6,500 to do tiling and lost some to moisture, but it saved me money. AC in Ebri. This one says, I started my project in 2022. I bought cement for 62 cedis, and in 2024, I'm buying cement at 106 cedis. Kaish. This one says, I'm molding 2,500 pavement slabs, 30 by 30 centimeters for my compound, and I'm to use 100 bags of cement at 15 cedis or 42 R-grade GASM. After which I'll have to lay the slabs with another 50 bags, not from Afinia, I say. This one says, my mother started a house in 2010 when a bag of cement was 10 cedis. She was only able to do the foundation. This year in January, I decided to continue. I bought a bag of Superstar cement, which was the cheapest at 75. I went back again this month and the same brand has shot up to 95 cedis. I'm at the lentil level. I'm sure by the time I get to plastering, that bag of cement would cost 100 cedis plus. Koku from Oyibi. This one says, it's not only cement manufacturers that have problems, so retailers also do. When cement was 28 cedis, our profit margin was 1 cedi 50 on a bag. And now that the price is 110, we still make 1 cedi 50 on a bag, sometimes 1 cedi. Why should it be so? That's the question coming in. This one says, I think we've read this one, the one in the blue. All right, this one says, when my dad started building about 20 plus years ago, he told me a bag of cement was about 15 cedis. He worked at one of the cement companies, and he recently told me of a story that at a point, cement prices were going to be increased by 0.20 pesos. The demonstration at the factory was massive. Cement prices have come a long way. Duties on the import of clinker, increased cost of production. Charlie Mamiefa from Tema. sent this particular one. This one says, I did flooring for my building on a half plot. I used 157 bags of cement at 106 cedis per bag. Charlie.
What?
It says 157 bags of cement at 106 cedis per bag.
If you multiply it, you are in the hundreds of thousands.
KB Nadenta says, I have a family too. Rent has income. My daughter's school fees, no hope in Ghana. Rent goes up every year in Ghana. This one says, Katie Hammond should stop this last hour showmanship as if the government cares for the people. He is aware the problem is the weak Ghana cedi, which he and his government has not been able to resolve. Ben, will the cement price get to where it is if the cedi to dollar was 10 cedis? Says fix the cedi. Junior Blade in community 25. I built my house between 2017 2020 in Oibi, 25 cedis to 35 cedis. So that's the evolution of cement when it came to his story. I used SOL and SuperSem. Justice Inusu says, for my first building, I bought cement at between 35 and 40 cedis a bag. Now I'm buying it at 105 per bag. Can our children survive in future? This one says, you can get to work with 20 cedis, but you stay there. I bought one bag of pure water at 15 cedis yesterday, Tema Community 12. And the kinky thing is true. You either get 7 cedis or 5 cedis from a low business place. This one says it's true. I bought kinky at 7 cedis in Jolu.
7 cedis in Jolu?
Yeah.
So it's not just Tema.
It's not just Tema. Jesse in Sakumona says, I heard you talking about buying fuel this morning. It's not easy, bro. Especially if your vehicle is a necessary tool for your work.
Charlie,
it's true.
I counted the 20 Ghana. When I finished, it's 300. I said, I count. I did reach 500. I said, no, I'm counting the.
This one says, please, when I started building, a bag of cement was 25 cedis in 2017.
It's not easy. Now, let me do a couple of things before I continue. Embrace a world of awesome moments with the Samsung Galaxy A05. Immerse yourself in crystal clear visuals with an awesome screen and vibrant display. Capture memorable moments in stunning detail with the Galaxy A05's 50 megapixel camera and say no to frequent charging. Enjoy up to 2 days battery power. The Samsung A05 or A05 is here to stay. Get yours today and experience the future in your hands. Meanwhile, the Africa Prosperity Network is hosting the continent-wide Mobile Interoperability Symposium on July 5 at the Labadi Beach Hotel in Accra on the theme Scaling Up Interoperability Using Mobile Money to Buy and Sell Across the Continent. This groundbreaking event brings together leaders and policymakers to integrate mobile payment systems and remove barriers to cross-border trade. It supports AFTA's Digital Trade Protocol initiative, highlighting the importance of interoperability in the African Union's Agenda 2063. Be part of this fantastic event. Call 0302-737-879. Here's some advice on the various grades of cement that a listener sent, which I think will help the discussion very well. So it says, Bernard, the numbers 32.5, 42.5, and even 52.5 that you see on cement just indicate what we call the compressive strength. This is very important when we are casting concrete. The R or N, as in 32.5 N or 32.5 R, simply indicates normal hardening or rapid hardening. So 32.5 N is normal, 32.5 R is rapid. In laying blocks and in simple buildings like 2-bedroom houses, 32.5 N works perfectly. The 42.5 R and the stronger 52.5 R are usually used in the interchanges and bridges where compressive strength is important, and rapid hardening helps with quickly removing the hoarding for work to continuously move. Hope this helps. This helps a lot. Okay. This helps a lot. So thank you for that one.
So normal hardening means that it travels some time.
So you are building a house and you are not in a hurry and you don't have that much. It's normal. But like maybe you are building a bridge and you have an election to win. You have to build with rapid cement. Good morning, team. My take on this cement pricing, and for that matter, the manifest unbridled liberalization of our economy, is to have the following institutionalized. 1. Regulatory regime for marketers of all products. 2. effective consumer protection agency. 3. Guarantee forex pricing for importers of critical products. 4. Price build-up to critical products must be transparent as it happens in the pricing of petroleum in the downstream sector. May I suggest that the pricing of soft drinks, mineral water, and cooking oil should have your attention sooner than later. The pricing of these items is crazy. They change daily and sometimes hourly, mostly motivated by shortage. It's interesting that most of the solutions to the challenges of our economy and country, for that matter, were taught at my O-level economics over 30 years ago. Is it that the solutions are in the classroom but not in the government table? To have an economy more liberalized than that of the US makes me wonder. Please keep me anonymous. Okay. Fred, please call the competition gentleman for an interview on this matter. I have something which will help the discussion, gentlemen. I have a dollar-denominated breakdown of cement prices in some African countries. I think that would be good for the discussion, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, in also particularly on the policy of regulating the prices. I think Ethiopia is currently trying something like that. It has its challenges and also.
Now listen to this. Burundi, DRC, and Cameroon are some countries in Africa with the most expensive cement per 50 kg bag. The cement industry has been considered as the backbone for growth in any environment. Why? Because it supports the creation and development of the construction sector, making it possible to build infrastructure at affordable prices, both for professionals and individuals alike. Development of highways, urban and leisure spaces are facilitated through cement. However, the problem faced in Africa's construction industry today is the spike in cement prices, which has had adverse effects on its economic growth. According to data from Statista, there has been a 20% decline in the construction sector between from 497 billion in 2019 to 399 in 2020. So this is 2020 data. Burundi, Congo, and Cameroon have the most expensive price of cement, and I'm going to go through the list. So on the table, Burundi, the price of cement per 50 kg bag at the time this data was taken was $11.85 per 50 kg bag in Burundi. Second was DRC, $11.02. Third was Cameroon, $10.88 per 50 kg bag. This is 2022, by the way. So by that time, 2022 figure for Ghana was around 80 cedis.
How to the dollar?
Yes, 85, 87, yes, the dollar. So the Ghana CD cement in 2022 was about 77 to 85 cedis.
And how much was the CD to the dollar at the time? If we are doing comparative,
it was 7. So this translates about $7.30.
Okay.
So number one is Burundi 11.8, Congo 11.02, Cameroon 10.8, Nigeria 9.28. So Nigeria is more expensive than Ghana, or at the time 2022. Ghana $7.30.
Okay.
If you multiply that by 15, let me see what you get. 7 times 15 is what? Yeah, I've forgotten my math.
What do you want to do?
7 times 15.
7 times 15.
No, let me do it with calculator. Don't worry.
That's 105.
Correct. So the $7 is not changed. So it's correct. So 7, because the figure for Ghana is 7.30, right? 7.30. If you multiply that by 15, that's 910. So it means that the USD price of cement has not changed. It's the currency. So you know what's happening? We've solved the problem. In 2022, the dollar was selling at a lower rate than today. So a bag of cement was averaged 7 cedi, 30 pesos. If you multiply that 7 by 15, it's 110.
I told you.
So the problem is not the Ghanaian cedi, it's the dollar.
I told you here.
Zambia is next, $6.45. Ethiopia 6.37. Madagascar 6.35. Mozambique 5.64. And Kenya is 5.25.
5.2.
So in the list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 countries, Ghana is average $7.30 per bag. Cheaper than Burundi, Nigeria, Cameroon, DRC. More expensive than Kenya, Mozambique, Madagascar, Ethiopia, and Zambia. So we are somewhere in the middle.
So the Kenyans who were demonstrating,
it's cheaper there.
It's cheaper there. Now that's a difficult one, isn't it? That's a difficult one.
They were not demonstrating by the price of cement.
General economic hardship, So of course this will feature strongly there. And you see, I'm sure if you do the price of tomatoes and related items, you come to the same conclusion that things are harder here.
All right, let's talk to the chief economist at CATS, Apia Adomako Kusi. The minister wants to regulate cement prices. He says the prices are going too high. Industry say cement is technical and complex. We don't need an ally to regulate it. We need dialogue. Apia, good morning. Thanks for joining us. What do you make of what's going on between Minister Katie Hammond and the cement manufacturers?
Good morning, Bernard, and everyone listening to CBS this morning. I think the minister is getting a lot of things wrong in this particular discussion. Cement, as we know, is imported into the country, and the dollar and the CD exchange rate is a key factor that drives the price of cement up. And if we want to regulate prices, I think ministers should not only pick cement, the other commodities prices that are also going up. For example, rice, cooking oil, and other fast-moving consumer goods are going up. But I'm not sure that the minister can go to Makola and call the importers of those products. And so long as we are in a free and competitive market, the economic factors are the ones that will determine the prices of these goods. Now, I want to say something. The best approach that Ghana can use for the cement industry is not the price regulation, but rather a competition law. Perhaps, the minister said that we have about 11 million metric tons of installed capacity, and the demand is nowhere near that particular level. What could be is that we may have an installed capacity of 11 million metric tons, but the firms may not be producing to that level, so that could also lead to some shortages, and that is one. It could also mean that the firms may be fixing prices. We don't have any evidence to that, so I'm saying maybe. And all the firms may also be engaged in some territorial allocation, whereby a company will say, look, let me take community A whilst we take community B, so that we don't compete on prices. And when you bring price regulation, it will not fix this matter. The best approach is the use of competition law. And I'm very sad to say that for the past 16 years, this bill has been with the Ministry of Trade, and no substantial work has been done on it. And so if the minister wants to address the issue of rising prices of cement and other important commodities in the market, the best tool to use in a free market economy is not price regulation. In fact, I think we moved past a price regulation in the days of the Kalabulis in the late 70s. In this democratic dispensation, it will be very bad for government to say that, look, we want to regulate prices. And when you do that, it will also send signals to potential investors in other industries. Because whoever is coming to invest in your market will be concerned that, look, if there's any chances that the government will regulate my prices, then I'll not even come and operate. So the firefighting approach is not the best. Let us look at the key factors. And we know that the CD dollar is a factor. Cost of electricity is also a factor. And so if PRC is reviewing tariffs every quarter and the production prices are going up, we need to see how we can stabilize the city. And when the city is stabilized, I don't think that cement manufacturing...
So you think that a competition law is the solution and not price regulation? Somebody sent me a text this morning and said that we have over-liberalized our economy and that we need to institutionalize, number one, a regulatory regime for all marketers of all products, and also guarantee forex pricing for importers of critical products. And then there must also be a price build-up to critical products be made transparent, as it happens in the pricing of petroleum products in the downstream sector. Because in Ghana, people are very arbitrary. In fact, the person went on to say that soft drinks, mineral water, cooking oil and coal, the prices keep changing, not because of any change in the fundamentals, but because of shortages. So when people notice there's a shortage, they just raise the price. What are your thoughts on that? This is even beyond cement. The person says the Ghanaian pricing culture is just crazy and needs some proper regulation.
Yes, competition prices also looks at the issue of excessive pricing. And so if business starts to increase prices without any justifiable cause, some of these businesses could be investigated. And we've seen in some jurisdictions whereby firms that increase their prices beyond market and the cost build-up and also the profit margin, they were also fined. And so I think it's something that we can look at it. But I think the first thing that we need to do is to first get a competition law in place. Let's get a consumer protection law in place, and let's strengthen the regulatory regime. And also, if we get the cedi stabilized in the country, I think that businesses will not have the pleasure for increasing prices. I think a lot of work goes on to the government to get to stabilize the economy, number one. If the cedi is stabilized, PUIC will not be increasing power tariff every quarter. If the cedi is stabilized, businesses will not be calling Forex Bureau to know the dollar rate to a cedi a day. And I think that is the best approach that we can do. Let's get the cedi stabilized. Let's get a competition and a consumer protection law in place so that even businesses, Bernard, last 2 years, for example, when the dollar, when the cedi started gaining value towards the end of the year against the dollar, some people in the Forex Bureau market decided not to sell their dollars. They started hoarding the dollars, and that also led to artificial surge in the price again. All these things could be prevented if we have competition law and start charging people from restricted trade practice. But
what does the competition law say in respect of pricing of products?
So competition law looks at anti-competitive conduct. When it comes to pricing, competition law is against excessive pricing. Because we have moved away from a regulated regime whereby government has to set prices. And so competition law will not come and tell you that sell your product A, B, C, and D. However, if people complain that, let's say, cement prices have gone up to, let's say, 200 cedis per bag, for example, for 42.R. Now, what the competition law can do is that they can start to look at your cost build-up and exchange rate and all the factors and know that this is the marginal cost for this product. And if the marginal cost, let's say 100 cedis, and you are selling it at 200 Ghana cedis, then the competition law will say that, look, this is an excessive pricing. And once it's excessive pricing, competition law can fine you, and then you'll be compelled to bring your prices down. But however, because we are all in a competitive environment, when government also comes in to use competition law as a tool to force businesses to bring their prices down, what it means is that it will send signals to potential entrants into the market. Because when people see that prices are high, they also come into the market. So in the long run, the prices will be at marginal cost. And as we've seen, for example, the mobile, those days, for example, the then Ghana Telecom SIM card was almost 2 million old Ghana cedis. And then as competition came into the market, we saw that the prices, those things were even given freely. That is what competition can do. I think that competition is a market solution to resolving issues more than regulatory fiat that the minister wants to do.
So to conclude, you're saying the LI to regulate price of cement will not work. Even if they put it together, it will not solve the problem.
It will not solve it. It's a firefighting, and you must understand and know what are the costs of the fire so that we can tackle it than to just waste water on the fire.
Thank you for your time and insights. We've been speaking to Apia Adumakukusi, who is the country director of CATS Ghana, speaking about this. He says it's a firefighting approach. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. More comments coming in. 054. Somebody wanted us to have a whole discussion on regulating every price. It's not just, apparently, fast-moving consumer goods are also rising pretty quickly. He says that cooking oil, soft drinks, mineral water, these prices change because of shortages. And that most of the solutions to our country's problems he learned in O-level economics 30 years ago. But it looks like we are not able to apply this in our daily lives. All right, a few more comments before we talk about plastics manufacturers who are also angry with the GRA for a 5% excise tax. Here's the graph. Cement price. Can you go through this?
Yes, this one says 32.5 hour cement. Depends. These were the prices at which I bought them. 2009, 8 cedis. 2011, 9 cedis. 2012, 12 cedis. 2013, 12 cedis. 2014, 14 cedis. 2016, 16 cedis. 2017, 18 cedis. Okay. Now this is where it starts to get crazy. 2018, 24 cedis. 2019, 36 cedis. 2020, 54 cedis.
Oh no.
2021, 75 cedis.
Forgive.
2022, 85 cedis. 2023, 95. And 2024, 105.
So it's the dollar. There's a direct link between the increase in the price of cement and the rate of exchange for the dollar to the city.
Yes. And it goes on to say, I'm thinking of using wood to build in the future. Why can't we use bricks with interlock so we don't use much cement? We have clay all over the country. Dossie Ray from Afinia sent that.
Good point.
This one says, my salary is 1,500 cedis. In a day, I spend 20 cedis on transportation, 30 cedis on food, 15 cedis either morning or afternoon, and 15 in the evening. When will I get to build?
Maybe you have to just learn from Noah. Noah built the ark. It took him 600 years. So maybe you can build it.
This one says, when I started my building project in 2018, a bag of cement, 32.5 hour grade, was 35 cedis. The prices we're experiencing now are just ridiculous. I agree with the minister. We should regulate it, or regulate them, the prices, as we are doing with fuel. But also more effort should be channeled into solving the root cause, which is the depreciation of the city. This one says, my boss relocated to the US after COVID. She recently came and said she went to a suya joint and asked for 20 cedis. And the guy laughed. He said it started from 60 cedis and above. Even that one, it was small in quantity. She said she couldn't live in Ghana anymore. Things are extremely hard, but God did. Francis in Adenta.
I tell you.
Prince for Ministry says a ball of Kenke, 7 cedis are rolling spark.
So it's not a Tema issue, eh? So Kenke is 7 cedis?
Bro. Says, I'm a postgrad student at the University of Ghana Business School. I'm a non-resident student and I commute to school from Pokwase Monday to Friday each week. I spend 23 cedis each day depending on the route I choose and the traffic situation. The Gobesela at the UPSA Junction taxi rank is our savior.
Charlie.
The business scientist said that.
May she live long.
May she live long. This one says, I agree the system is hard. I'm a poultry farmer. I sell eggs at 50 cedis. I sent some to the same person in Medina, and she's selling the same eggs at 65 cedis. And you don't understand what's going on in our market.
So he sells he is a poultry man who sells eggs at 50 cedis per egg.
Yes.
And somebody in Medina market selling for 65, so 15 cedi profit.
Yep.
Excessive profiteering.
This one's a ball of Kenke at Tema Community 4 opposite the police station is 3 cedis. Okay. I bought some last week. This is not to downplay the 7 cedis from the other texter from Tema, because Tema there is full of surprises.
So I beg, if you want Kenke in Tema, go to I want to see the direction. Charlie, stop the fooling there. So if you want to buy Kenke in Tema, Go to Community 4, opposite the police station. You get it for 3 cedis. You don't know the size.
We don't know the size.
But you go to Community 4, opposite the police station. Say you want Kenke for 3 cedis, you get. You can even get 2 balls.
This one says, if they are selling Kenke at 7 cedis, it's just unfair because the price of maize has been reduced from 15 to 13. It's just wickedness on the part of some Ghanaians. Amma from Triblow sent that.
Serious?
Yeah. Last one. Let me read this one. This one says, we the youth are just moving about with no direction. Not because we don't have ideas or we don't want to succeed. It's because the system is not helping. When it comes to my area, you see Kenke 5 cedis. You would like to eat like 4 before you can be fully satisfied.
You 4 thing.
It says we are dying slowly. I think we need a Kenya protest before our leaders come to terms with that reality.
Charlie, 4 balls to satisfy you. Then Charlie, 4 there is something.
Or it could be that the Kenke is small.
Charlie, Kenke 4 balls. Hey, are you doing concrete work? Has the dollar price affected the price of cement landed in Ghana? No. It's the economy. It's the value of the cedi. It's been mismanaged. All indicators say so. Inflation, interest rate, exchange rate. So please stop saying it's the dollar that's the cost. It's not the dollar. What has the dollar done? So why is the cost of the dollar up? The issue is the value of the cedi. Kenke prices are going up not because of the dollar. It's the value of the cedi. Please stop saying it's the dollar. The dollar hasn't done anything. I think it's a good one. Because Dosinama said it's the we use it in parlance to say it's the dollar. The truth is the value of the cedi has gone down because of economic conditions. Thank you for that update. So please stop blaming the dollar. Dollar hasn't done anything. Dollar is sitting in somewhere. It's your cedi and your economy and your mismanagement that has brought all of this problem. All right, let's deal. We are still in industry today. The Ghana plastic manufacturers are not happy with a planned 5% excise tax on plastic products. Now, they say this will kill their operations. They want to even petition the vice president, and that in fact, they want to seize the operations for a week to drum home their point. Here's Ebobotre, president of the Ghana Plastic Manufacturers, speaking on the matter.
At this stage, we appeal to the Vice President of the Republic, His Excellency Dr. Bawumia, to intervene in this matter because the effect of this consumer tax will really affect the masses, the common man, the common woman who suffer extreme hardship. We shall have no any other option than for all plastic manufacturers to shut down production for at least 1 week. And of course, we will send home over 30,000 workers.
So we'll hear out the plastics people because Sky took a very entrenched position this morning, which I wasn't very happy with, but we'll listen to them and see if the position would change. In the meantime, Bernard, government is not ready to cut expenditure. How can they expect the private business to cut our prices? Today, politics is more lucrative than business. Charlie, people are wild though. Bernard, as a data analyst, there's a principle we use in getting to the root cause of a problem. It's called the 5 why principle. The minister should ask himself 5 times why cement prices are high. And I'm sure by the time he gets to the 5th why, he will have his answer. And he will not waste his time in parliament. Charlie, people be wild though. Kai. Charlie, here's the funniest text I've received today. Bernard, people are using all means to get more money. My children's teachers are now giving shoes and clothes to our children at school to bring home. To us, so we will buy it for the kids. Can you imagine? They make them wear it too. So before they bring it home, you don't have a choice but to buy. Sky, you heard something matter before?
Is it part of the requirement?
This is a private school.
That's
the teacher has changed the boy's shoe and say, wear this shoe and tell daddy that you should pay for it.
No, that's somewhere.
How do you do that? I won't mention the name of the school, but this is serious. Charlie, they dress. They say no, your shoe is not neat, so they dress you and say this is a shoe. Tell that you want this shoe, and when you go, you bring the money tomorrow. Hey, now this matter there, we have to take it to court. Me, I won't pay. I don't go pay. Why should you change my child's shoe? Why even remove my child's shoe in the first place? Don't do that. It's not part of your job. Ben, currently the price of cement in Nigeria is 8,500 naira, which is about 84 Cedi 21. A difference of 20. This is Jimmy. So Jimmy is saying that the 2022 situation in Nigeria has changed. So the Nigerian cement is cheaper now than Ghana cement. Because Ghana cement is 110. Nigeria is 84 cedis. So, you know, the data I used was 2022. Oh. So, and I'm saying that the 2022 figure of $7 is same as $7 today. Is the depreciation of the cedi that has made cement prices go up.
I told you here when the man first proposed, or they sort of directed the producers or the people importing and selling to reduce the price levels, that look, the government should concentrate on fixing the economy.
Yep.
Because the economy of this country, as we speak, is in a crisis. They have been trying to fix it, but the fixing is not fixing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see the price levels, you should also ask yourself, how much of the things they are using to produce the things they are producing are coming in from external sources?
Yep.
In other words, do they have to go to the forex market, get US dollars, and then buy these things and import them into the country?
Mm-hmm.
If you have not fixed the fundamentals, the prices of cement will expose you. And that is exactly what is happening. So the government cannot be taking this bullish attitude and saying that they are
as if cement manufacturers are in some profiteering racket.
Yeah, so with the greatest respect to the minister, and the minister is a very good friend of mine, I disagree with the approach that is being adopted. This is not about price controls. We have seen what price controls have done in this country in the past. We've seen how they have decimated, economies around us. In Ethiopia, if you read the literature, there are so many problems with their market as a result of these kinds of interventions. So, with the greatest respect to the minister, I think the energy that he's expending, that energy should go into advising the government, telling the president and cabinet, the people managing the economy, that look, we have gotten something wrong about how we deal with the dollar situation. If they are able to fix that, together with the price, the tax levels that we see on these imported items, then we will see the price levels drop at the sales point. But with the current state of things, you cannot, in good conscience, be asking the producers to reduce the price of cement, because it doesn't make economic sense. And if he has a superior argument, with the greatest respect, he should bring us the price build-up.
He's proposing.
He's proposing, so that we can
hold the components
and see that the minister is right.
Yeah.
The profit margin is too wide, and therefore we want the people to bring the prices down.
Let me read more comments on the issues we're discussing. Yes, an interesting one from Albert. It says, "Good morning, team. The cement issues didn't start today. Years ago, a startup with the help of the BRRI spent millions of USD to develop pozzolana cement to help create a cheaper product for building made from local materials, including clay and palm kernel shells. The company got no support. The government didn't use any of the projects for any of the products for any large project, and the company had to shut down. The government does not care about supporting any alternative locally made materials that will reduce the cost of construction in this country. The city's value also keeps falling, so the cost of cement will increase because there are foreign components in its production." This is Albert from Abelinkpe, hashtag CityCBS. Thank you for this message. We'll come back to the discussion on pricing. I'm still waiting for the bill of quantity. So,
I think when you want to build
Yeah,
timber and whole. Or
I want to know. You know, it's a complicated question. But I want to know how many bags of cement I need to build a house. Hey, this is interesting. A friend of mine said, Bernard, you've been to my house in East Legon. I built it all from Pozzolana cement. Wow.
You know the house?
I go to it. It's a very nice house. I didn't know it was built from Pozzolana cement.
Yeah, it's also a great alternative.
So where is the Pozzolana people?
Well, the government has not aggressively promoted it. So it's not seeing the kind of, if you like, buying that you would ordinarily see in other countries. And then also, you know, the Atakpadme building technology that the KNUST people have also perfected and have done a lot of research on. That's also supposed to be another way of reducing the cost of inputs that go into building a house. For some reason, again, we have not promoted it aggressively as to attract people into going into that space. Another option is using bricks. I'm sure somebody mentioned it, and as someone who did, you know, pottery and ceramics, and
why are you saying it quietly?
No, I'm
pottery. Then you are saying it. Pottery. Open your mouth and say it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You did what?
Pottery and ceramics.
For how long?
You know,
the guy did pottery and ceramics.
I ordinarily would gravitate towards you know, using bricks.
What advantage will bricks give us over what do you call it? Over normal cement?
So the chemical composition or the composition of clay generally allows for air particles to move freely through the what do you call it, the formation. If you form a brick properly, or you form a ceramic ware which has pores in it, it allows for free movement of air as opposed to what do you call it, cement. So what it means is that if you use bricks to build your house, the likelihood of using increased energy to fire ACs in order to cool the house is almost, you know, eliminated.
Also, it's cooler.
So it is cooler
in
when
the day.
Yeah, that's right. It's the same
bent bricks.
Yeah. So for instance,
so is it the bricks with holes inside or the smaller ones? You know, there are two types. So when I was living in Medina, there was our wall. We had brick wall, which had about holes in the wall.
Yeah.
In the bricks, but then there's also the smaller one that you use for the wall of the building itself. Which of the two are you talking about? So
you can use both, but it depends on what approach you're using. Sometimes the holes are also for interlocking the blocks, the bricks. So while you may have a hole in it, when you're putting cement or other construction materials inside, the idea is to make sure that they lock in properly. So let me give you a typical example. You know, when you have a cooler, you know, those days when our parents had cooler in the house, right?
Yes, you put water inside.
You put water in it. When you leave it overnight, the chemical process that I was talking about allows for the water to become cool overnight, right? You don't need to put it in a fridge. Now, the same principle is at play when you use bricks to construct your house. You don't need to use ACs to cool the room. Majority of the time.
You're sure?
Oh, you know, this is proven. And
but is it cheaper to use bricks?
I've not done the maths in our context, but I want to assume that it will be cheaper because in any event, we are harvesting the clay from here. We are mixing it with all the relevant materials needed to form the bricks and then firing it.
You know, when I went
so the process of firing it may require some use of electricity or firewood, so that may add some cost to
when you go to Red Clay at Ibrahim Ahmed's studio in Tamale, he uses bricks to do some of the buildings, and I think it's really nice.
Yeah.
So I think the problem in Ghana is we don't really solve problems, we firefight. Everybody can see that what the minister is doing will not work. I mean, let's stop it. So I don't even know whether Parliament will entertain it. Fine, they'll turn it into a shouting match, I'm sure. Because I'm sure if you ask some members of the majority, they'll say no. But I think for politics' sake, they'll just argue over it. But everybody who understands a bit of economics knows that the approach is not right.
It's not right. It's not right.
You know, it's not right. But he will shout his way, they'll go up and down, hey, hey, hey. I really wish I would see the memorandum and the details of the LI.
Yeah, if the idea is to ensure transparency.
Transparency is somebody's private business.
No.
Then why don't you do it for Gary? Why do you do it for your cake? Everybody's product.
No, so you see, the question would be how much. Okay, so let's look at it this way. So you know what they did with fuel, right?
Mm-hmm.
The argument is that fuel prices are so germane and so critical for the running of the economy that we do not need to be playing politics with it.
But I don't manufacture fuel. Fuel is all imported. Finished product is mostly imported. So it's a very different discussion from somebody has set up a factory in Ghana. He pays his taxes.
Yeah, but some of the cement are also imported into the country. So my
point is that fuel is different because fuel is. I'm not sure you can equate fuel to cement.
No,
because how many fuel refineries do you have here?
No. So you see, I'm not doing an equation necessarily. I'm saying that they introduce the petroleum regime to enhance transparency in the pricing formula. Right, that's the argument that was made to ensure that, look, we don't play politics with it. We know what is going into it, what is not going into it, and everybody is happy to a large extent. I'm saying that if the idea behind what the minister is seeking to do is to introduce a certain level of transparency, so that we know that, if the dollar is behaving this way, it is likely to impact, cement prices that way, then maybe there was some argument for it. But if the idea is to insist that we cap prices at a certain level or force people to sell at prices that are suboptimal, it doesn't make sense.
You know what the minister should be doing? He should be communicating with the cement factories on local substitutes for clinker. Clinker is the most important component of cement.
Yes.
Do you know why a lot of the cement companies are located in Tema? It's because they import the clinker. Yes. They don't want to put the
far away
and then on the truck and drive it
all the way.
So they are close to where the main raw material is. Diamond Cement says they are in Buipe, they are in Aklao because of where they get their materials from. You understand? So it's look, it's not fine. If I see the LI, I can tell you. This is what Daniel is saying. Daniel is in the building. So Daniel said, okay, government, please set up a cement factory and put your cement on the market and regulate the price and let's see.
Well, I think we are encouraging government to get out of business.
He's making a point.
That
he's not saying, he's saying that.
Yeah. He's being sarcastic.
Yes. He said that if you think that we are overpriced. Sky, when I drew the graph between 2009 and 2024, the gradient of the price of cement and the gradient of the price of the US dollar is very same.
Yeah, so that is. It's as simple as that.
So you don't even need to do any big discussion. Now, I think there are two things we need to look at this morning by way of solutions. If I'm in Parliament and the minister brings this, I'll say to him, come back with a proposal for using local substitutes in cement to reduce our dependence on imported clinker.
Long-term solution.
Number two, have a meeting with Pozzolana Cement, and if you really want to help, find out what they need for government to boost their production. So we as government will start procuring Pozzolana for our buildings and encourage other Ghanaians to do so. Because Pozzolana is not exposed to FX. The whole idea, Kojo Akodo used to say something. He said, when God put you in Ghana or in Egypt or in Nigeria,
there's a reason he put you there.
Everything you need,
the things you need
around you
to eat, they grow near you. So you can't go and eat the fish of Greenland because your body is not used to it. Do you get? So the food in your hometown is good for you. That's why you go to your hometown, you live longer. Number two, the things to build your house is where he placed you. So in your hometown, the materials to build your house is there. Number three, the medicine you need to take to heal you when you are sick is also there. That's why you go to the forest, you take the leaf and you use it to cook and you do you understand? So it's because, you see, we are not thinking. Somebody will sit in China, manufacture cement, put it on a ship, and you put it on a ship, add taxes, freight and everything to it. It will be cheaper than cement you make in Ghana. Because you are importing the clinker. If you use your local materials to make cement here, there's no way the Chinese one will be cheaper. So somebody in China is using his materials in China to build your house in Medina. Meanwhile, you have stones, you have sand. Okay, so do we also import sand? Do we import stones? You've given Chinese companies concession to be blasting rocks everywhere. Go to Shire Hills. They are destroying your roads with quarry. Like I see block like a dirty cotton wool you put for the head inside. When you pound when you pound palm nut, the chaff, they push it into our collective head. Why can't you have the sense to know that you have to use your own materials? So we should beg you to support Ghanaian company. We need, what deliverance? Like when they lay hands on you and speak on your head, we need collective deliverance. Where they will speak tongues on you to remove that thing that's affecting your thinking. Pozolama is there. BRRI. Sky, we are just not serious. Our leaders are not helping us. Let me talk to the plastic manufacturers. He's called Ebo what?
Ebo Buche.
Ebo Buche, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Bernard.
I was talking about cement, but I think the plastic issue is also important. First, give me a quick overview of the plastic industry. How many companies? What kind of plastics are you producing? How long has the industry been in existence? Let's have that baseline first.
Okay, so we have over 166 companies, and the first plastic company was set up by the Mahinani Group. So it's over 66 years in terms of plastic production in Ghana. Total workforce is over 30,000, and allied partners are the sachet, package, and bottled water group, and then also Fabac as well.
Which are some of the major companies?
The Mohinani Group, Blow Group, Centers Group, Interplast, Strong Plast, Mini Plast, and many more.
And what kind of plastics are they producing?
So we have two types of plastics. We have the flexible, and then we have the rigid. So, example of flexible is the sachet water, the plastic carry bag, the Olunka rubber, etc., the Banku rubber, cocoa rubber. Then the rigid, you have the overhead water tanks, popularly called poly tank. You have your PVC pipes. You have paint gallons. You have plastic chairs, buckets, etc. PVC pipes for building construction. So these are the two types. And then of course, PET bottles, the bottle for drinks and water. And then the raw material. The raw material that you can use for, say, the flexible is the same raw material you can also use for the rigid. It is the production process that makes some flexible and then others rigid.
Fair enough. Do these companies also produce single-use plastics, like the so-called UASIA black plastic bags, the plastics that we put bread in when we buy watches?
Yeah.
Do you guys do that type too?
Yes. You know, the word single-use, it's quite technical. We need to really understand it well. Because if you take a poly tank, for example, it is a single use. You buy it and it is for just one-time use. Likewise, you buy the Ewiadi Yesum. Even the Ewiadi Yesum, we have the micron levels. Some are not single use. Sometimes you have these other plastic bags, which is quite thick. You can't use it single time. you will use over and again. Then you have the Eviadiosu. That one, some of them, when the micron is so low, immediately you buy something and then they put it inside in front of you. It's bursting. So even with a chopping bag, you have a single use and a repeat use. So it's a bit technical. You need to really understand it. Otherwise, you will
no problem. No, I'm asking just because I want to know. Because
yeah, that's right.
So what is the problem of the manufacturers? What's your problem?
So we don't have a problem. It is government. Somewhere in May, we received letters from the Commissioner General and GRA indicating that there is a new tax, 5% excise tax, which is going to affect all locally manufactured plastic products. And therefore, they are asking us to register and start implementing it. At the meantime, and as we speak right now, we have a 10% environmental excise tax, which is being collected over a period of 13 years or more. And as of December 2023, it has accumulated over 1.97 billion Ghana cedis, which is in the consolidated fund. The description on this tax is that the money will be used or should be used for plastic waste management and recycling. As we speak now, not even 1 cedi has been disbursed. The money is still in the consolidated fund. Whether it is there is another thing. So for you, but then this one is on selected plastic raw materials at the port of entry. Now it is a 5% on locally manufactured products. So it's not a fair tax. As I explained to you, you cannot argue that a PVC pipe that the electrician will use for the building construction will damage the environment. You cannot argue that for a full mattress is also a byproduct of plastic, will be an environmental hazard. We have the rigid, which doesn't create any environmental hazard. So if government had invited and consulted us, would have advised, given the appropriate suggestions, that yes, maybe you don't even need to put 5% across board. For the black carry ban, you can even put 20% just to deter people from using it. But government quietly sits and then do his own thing and then come with it.
So let me understand you. You're saying that because the plastics are different and they have different pollution tendencies, if you want to punish the production of polythene bags and the so-called single-use plastics, apply that tax on them specifically. But if you apply it blanket on all plastics, that includes pipes and plastics that really are not guilty of the same level of pollution as other plastics.
Exactly.
So you are prepared to sit down with government to go through to agree on which products should pay and which products should not pay.
Exactly.
So who have you spoken to? Have you called which minister? Is it the GRA boss, finance minister? Who's giving you a hearing?
GRA, they are just implementers. So the policy department is with finance. So we wrote to the minister, explain all these points, and then ask for engagement. That was on the 24th of May, if I remember correctly. So about 2 months now, we've been waiting for response. We understand the minister referred our letter to the policy department. They have worked on it and sent it back to the minister. So we are waiting for minister's approval to go ahead with whatever we have to do. So we have the patience to wait for the minister to come back. But then from Monday, GRA officials started harassing, sending demand notice messages to manufacturers to start filing for the 5% from 21st of July. That was last Friday. Otherwise, they will come, do assessment. Assessment means they will come and decide how much you should pay with penalties. And we feel that this is not fair. When we have written to the minister, we are waiting for the response, and then they will not, as in GRA, will not have the patience to wait to attack us.
Okay.
And we have no option, to come up with this.
Thank you, Ebo. We will be following up on this issue and definitely call you again for more insight. Plastic manufacturers. Later on, we're speaking about small business and how they can thrive. We also have a short interview with the Geography Department of the University of Ghana on their homecoming. Stay with us.
City.
Speaking of cement, when you buy anything, it must be great. Diamond 42.5 hour cement is highest quality on the Ghanaian market. And for the past 24 years, we've been doing this for you with homeowners, block makers testifying of our quality. Rated green by the EPA. We also have the great affordable 32.5R, meaning it's a great deal for everybody's pocket. Call us on 0244 313 368. Diamond cement still as hard as a diamond. Later this morning, strategies to grow SME sustainably. That's the topic for Audrey Abaka, Director of SME Agency Banking and Partnerships at ABSA. Before we go there, my alma mater, indeed one of the subjects I did at the university was geography. The Department of Geography, indeed those days they used to call it Geography and Resource Development, but I think now they've added GIS to it. They are doing our alumni homecoming, and I have on the line Professor Osu Berima to talk to us about this briefly. It's a big homecoming on the theme Nurturing an Astute Geographer. A collective responsibility. Prof, thanks for joining. Good morning.
Good morning, Bernard.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very fine, thank you. How about you?
I'm very well. I'm well. Has the name changed from Geography and Resource Development to Geography and GIS? Is that the name now?
No, actually, the name remains the same. It's Geography and Resource Development. However, the alumni, we call it University of Ghana Geography and GIS alumni. And the reason is that we have a specialized program called Geographic Information Science. And there are so many students who come from other universities without studying geography here, and they come and study the geoinformation science. They might have even done, say, marketing or geomatic engineering from, say, KNUST or even from UMass, but they come in only to do the specialization in geographic information science. That's why you see it like that.
Wonderful. So tell me about your alumni homecoming and what the activities are.
Okay, great. Thank you. So the homecoming, as you mentioned, is scheduled for 29th of June, which is coming Saturday, at the Department of Geography. And the theme is Nurturing an Astute Geographer, a Collective Responsibility. And the activities are, one, the alumni reorganization. So we are reorganizing the year groups, and also we are doing it like an alumni network where we have the North American or the American group, we have the European group and the Ghanaian group, and we all come together. And then within that, we have the individual year groups. And then we are also doing a groundbreaking ceremony for construction of an ultramodern geographic information science laboratory, which will be the first of its kind in Ghana. And then we will do a fundraising, and the fundraising is very critical because the construction of the lab, it's a major one. And so we want our alumni to contribute, and we are even inviting corporate bodies. In fact, we send letters out to corporate bodies to also come and support us, raise funds. And then we have the networking session, which we want the current students and even all the year groups of alumni to sit around and have a network session and discuss business ideas and all that. So in sum, that is the lineup of activities that we've put together.
How important is geography in today's world? Answer that in 1 minute.
But geography is the mother of all disciplines, and it's simply because everything happens in space. So it's believed that 99% of daily government business is solved using geography, and specifically the technology we call geographic information science. We have been using it in crime monitoring, surveillance, disease control. In fact, if you remember the contact tracing when COVID broke out, all the applications that were used were developed at the Remote Sensing and GIS Application Lab at the Department of Geography and Resource Development. So for now, geography is the reigning champion when it comes to development and making people safe.
Thank you, Professor Owusu Berima, for talking to us. We wish you well in the homecoming.
Thank you, Bernard, for having me. Wonderful. And you are all invited. Thank you.
Thank you.
A moment of silence.
As well. It was my minor. It was a good subject to study. Give me a good understanding of the world, landforms, and all of those things. All right, let's talk about latex foam.
Yes, latex foam is saying that when you close from work and you get home, you need to lie on a proper mattress. They don't have sagging mattresses. Go to their showrooms and experience the difference for yourself. Call them on 0302-231155 or get them online, latexfoamghana.com. Eden Heights is a well-planned and secured gated community. They have all the wonderful amenities you can imagine. They are Wager, West Hills Mall, or behind the West Hills Mall in Wager. Call them on 050-153-1444. Visit their website, edenheights.com.gh, for more details. Eden Heights is the height of modern living. Now, the 5th edition of the Omni Basic Bank Health Walk is happening on the 29th of June at the forecourt of the State House from 5:30 p.m. They will go through some principal streets of Accra. Participation is free, so come on and join them this weekend. Omni Bank at your service. Now, on the 2nd and 3rd of July, the UPSA will be hosting a 2-day youth-led event called Evolve Ghana. It's happening between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m. on both days. The theme: unlocking market opportunities, accelerating youth-led innovations. Now, there will be a mass open market where you get to engage and see young entrepreneurs showcasing what they are doing in their space. If you are interested, call 0593 971-266. Evolve Ghana is a MasterCard Foundation policy and thought leadership series on dignified and fulfilling work.
Let me just end with this interesting one. So, Professor Danofori will be giving his inaugural lecture today, the 27th, and it's a very interesting inaugural lecture. Now, he's a professor of management and provost of the College of Health Sciences, University of Ghana. It's at 5 p.m. at the Great Hall. Now, the title of his lecture is Of Indomie, Calipo and Condoms, an intimate conversation about corporate social responsibility in Ghana. You don't want to miss this. on Of Indomie, Calipo and Condoms, an intimate conversation about corporate social responsibility in Ghana. Very interesting. 5 p.m. University of Ghana, Great Hall. Let's get into the on-air series. Today, Audrey Abaka is speaking about building resilient SMEs. Ni Ayi, Ni Latte was the host.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Hello there, this is another exciting and interesting episode of the On-Air series of the Citi Business Festival 2024. We are actually in our 4th week, which happens to be the last week, and we've dedicated this week to the growth of SMEs. Today, I'm having one of our guests for another round of insightful conversation. In fact, if you have followed the Citi Business Festival for a long while, you realize that anytime we talk about SMEs, their growth and financing, we always have that special go-to person to have the discussion with. If you have no idea who I'm talking about the Director, SME, Agency Banking and Partnerships at ABSA. Madam Audrey Abaka is our guest for this one, and I'm so grateful to have her this morning. My name is Neela Tilati. Thank you very much indeed for your time and company. Audrey, good to see you once again. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Annie. Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure, to be seated in your studio to have such meaningful conversations that impact the small and medium enterprises.
I know, right? Last 2 years we spoke to you. Last year we spoke to you. This year we are having you once again. So between the periods that we've had you, what's changed in terms of the SME space, and in fact what ABSA has been doing for SMEs? Tell us about it.
A lot has changed. ABSA has been at the forefront of supporting small and medium enterprises in this country. And last year, we fostered a very strong partnership with MasterCard Foundation. In fact, that relationship started in 2021, but it was more strengthened and deepened, especially when we were able to agree to support SMEs at 10% per annum.
I see, it hasn't changed despite the fact that we have some economic difficulty. You are still maintaining your 10%.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Last year was scary. The economy was stressed. Businesses were stressed. And it was so tough for them to even stay afloat, some of them. And it became necessary that as a forward-looking bank, we look at ways and means to support them in a way that easily releases funding into their businesses, and then also help them with some level of capacity building to appreciate the financial system very well, and also to be able to manage their businesses to grow. So last year, when we launched the SME loan at 10% in May, between May and December, we had invested almost $500 million Ghana cedis into SMEs, especially women entrepreneurs, young entrepreneurs, microfinance business institutions, and then youth entrepreneurs. And they continue to knock at our doors because obviously SMEs want cheap borrowing. When borrowing costs are very high, they struggle to borrow. Meanwhile, they need the funding. So if they find a bank that understands them and has been able to work with a development partner to lower the lending rate, obviously they will be knocking at your door. And we have been generous to these businesses.
I know, right? Because last March, when the Bank of Ghana released its annual percentage rate for loans, particularly for SMEs, and the 1 year tenor, I saw APSA at the top, the lowest rate there. So I'm sure you're certainly doing some good work over there. We'll be getting into that pretty shortly. But today, we're talking about growth SMEs, smart growth, how we can help SMEs grow. Not just growing, but also doing that in a more sustainable manner. Why has it become so important for SMEs not to think about just the profit they'll make, but they must grow, sustain themselves?
Yes, I personally, like growth. And I appreciate people who have a growth mind, especially business owners, and consistently you see them putting in place the structures, the processes, and the models to grow. Gupta et al. 2013, argues that when businesses grow, they actually stimulate the economic vibrancy and then development. And it's important that SMEs care about their own growth for many reasons. And I'm going to highlight, some of these reasons. Number one, every business wants to see revenue and profits grow. And that only comes when your business grows or scales. Because when your business grows, it actually tells on your sales performance. Your sales grows, your revenue grows, and if the business efficiently manages cost, then your profit grows. When your profit grows, a business that wants to see consistent growth and even scale in the process will now reinvest the money back into the business. And obviously the individual entrepreneur benefits. You increase your personal savings, you increase your investment, and you prosper in the process. So growth is very good. And then also, growth enables businesses to expand into new markets. And I have worked with quite a number of SMEs that I saw them operating at one location, and today they're operating in various locations within the country. There are others that have been bold enough and dared to even go across the borders of Ghana. It all happened because the business grew. And then also, when a business grows, the business then has the capacity or financial wherewithal to invest in technology, invest in machinery, or invest in platforms that enables the business to operate efficiently. The more efficient you are, the more likely you would be able to operate at a reduced cost, which would increase your profitability. And then when the business grows, you are able to leverage that growth to attain market leadership. Zoom Lion started small, but today Zoom Lion is big, has grown significantly, and has scaled its business operational activities. Today, it's a market leader in the waste management sector, and it has been able to establish a strong brand in that industry. So it becomes so difficult to even contend with a business of that size. But it all happened because the business grew. And then let me say this. When your business grows, the banks will chase you. They will come after you.
You will go after them.
Yes, I always get this comments coming from businesses that, as for you, when we are small, you don't want to support us. You want us to grow before. But you see, I always tell people that the banks are custodians of people's deposits. Okay, they must take good care of the funds in their custody. and therefore will be more comfortable to lend to a business or a growing business that has the right structures, the right systems, the right processes, and also is able to provide the right information, because the banks thrive on information a lot to do their analysis to determine how much funding they can invest into your business. Right. So we are happy when your business is growing and that growth is leading to proper formalization of business operation. This is why we would come chasing after you, because the risk level then reduces, okay, from lending to a growing business than a business that is not formal, not structured, very risky, you understand? Yeah. And therefore, you would have to put certain framework to support that level of lending. And the good thing about, growth also, especially to the business owner himself or herself, is that when your business grows and you are able to bring in people to support you, delegate certain aspects of the work to these people, then you free yourself time to be able to develop yourself, because you must actually grow your brain, grow your mind to be able to, take advantage of the new things that are happening within your industry and then your sector. And then finally, let me talk about personal fulfillment and, satisfaction. When you start a business and the business grows, definitely that self-actualization, that feeling, that you have succeeded to build something that is helping humanity, helping create jobs and supporting people's livelihood.
So, you have been talking about the benefit a company can derive if that company grows. But there's this thin line between growth and expansion. I don't know if you are able to explain that to me, because a lot of companies will see themselves, quote unquote, growing by opening new branches, but you go into their books, the books are bad, poor managerial skills, and what have you. Is it that when businesses grow, they necessarily expand, or they are used interchangeably? If you can educate us on that.
Growth is in different shapes and forms. You can grow in size, and size, I'm talking about your business operational size. You can grow in that. You can grow by expanding your business into different markets, either locally or internationally. It's also a form of growth. And then you can also grow, in your products. You can grow by diversifying, developing new products and product line and expanding your product line. So you diversify, do different things. It's all a measure of growth. And that growth should tell on your revenue, it should tell on your profitability. But when it comes to expansion, then you are talking about scaling, becoming larger than, it's like growing exponentially, if you should use that word, growing exponentially or growing in leaps and bounds. It means that you are thinking about huge leaps.
Right.
You understand. But usually growth is steady, consistent. You grow from one level to the other. But expansion now takes you from one lower level to a more higher level, which require more resources, more capital, and more innovation to get to that level.
I think it's quite clear. So on top of your head, if I say, give me, let's say 4 tips, 5 tips that businesses must take cognizance of when they want to grow, what would these tips be? Tidbits.
Okay. So the first one I would talk about is partnering with the right financial institution.
I can see the smile on your face.
Of course, you see,
right institution, which is the right institution.
And I'm talking about finance or money first, because money is king. Every business needs money to fuel its startup, its growth, its maturity stage. You understand? And it is said that finance is the lifeblood of every business. Without it, the heart or the brain of a business cannot function. When you talk about the heart of an organization, every practice, every policy that touches on the emotions and the feelings, so your mission, your vision, your value, your purpose, all of these things are the heart of the business. And then the brain, your strategy executions, your technology, your processes, and all of these are the brain. Without money, the business cannot function effectively. Finance enables business operations. It enables their growth and sustainability. And if you don't have a strong financial health, your business will struggle to grow. So it is essential that every business considers its financial strength seriously. And one way to do that is to partner with a strong financial institution. So the first thing is that if you want to sustainably grow your finance, you need a financing partner that is liquid and well capitalized. When a bank is liquid, it means the bank has cash or assets that can easily be converted into cash to be able to meet withdrawal needs. And when the bank is also well capitalized, then it means that the bank has a strong capital base and has enough equity and retained earnings to cover its potential losses. So every business should actually look out for such financial institution and also understand the bank or the financial institution that understands SMEs. SMEs have their own peculiar challenges. So if you want a financial partner, you need a bank that understands your challenges, understands your needs, and have been able to put in place the right framework or model. And then financial solutions that support your business. You need to look out for that financial institution. And then also a bank that is able to create capacity building opportunities for you, able to create access to market opportunity for you. And I'm happy to say that ABSA is one of such banks. And I'm proud about that, because as a group, our purpose is to empower Africa's tomorrow together with the right partners and tell our story one at a time. In ABSA, we have been able to factor in the challenges that SMEs have, and we have been able to develop bespoke solutions. So, for example, every SME can access up to 500,000 Ghana cedis without collateral or audited finance. And it solves for the lack of collateral challenge that SMEs face, and then the information asymmetry challenge that they face. We have a strong partnership with MasterCard Foundation. Under that partnership, we are able to support women entrepreneurs, youth entrepreneurs, fintech, MFIs, up to 1 million Ghana cedis without collateral, at 10% per annum, less than 1% per month. And then these businesses that I have mentioned can also access up to 11 million Ghana cedis at 10%.
So it first starts from 500,000.
So 500,000 is a general SME loan, okay? Regardless of gender, it's for any SME that want to access, but that one is at the prevailing rates. And then also we have, a platform that enables SMEs to learn for free. So we provide capacity building, technical training for our SMEs. We have partners like SIPS, Empretech, delivering these business development services for our SMEs. It's for free. And we provide mentorship support as well to businesses that require hand-holding.
So it's not as if you just give them the money and then sit back, but you also help them through SME clinics.
Exactly.
Training them, ensuring that they have the right books so that they can come for more, increased funding.
Correct. You are right, on the spot, because we are interested in their growth. And if you are interested in a business, it's not just pumping money into that business. It is also helping the business understand the financial system, gain more financial literacy, understand the importance of financial information and data, because at a point they will need more money and they cannot stay at 500,000.
Definitely.
They would need additional and big ticket sized funding, and therefore certain information that is required, you need to teach them.
So when these companies come to you for such a form of financing, what typically do you look out for?
Okay, so number one, you must have a relationship with us. We cannot just invest money into your business when you have no relationship with us. So you would have to open an account. Your business must be legally registered. And then when you open the account, we would want to observe your account performance for a minimum of 3 months for beneficiaries under the MasterCard Foundation program, and then 6 months for, the general SME. And that is important because it helps us to know that you are managing your finances well. A lot of SMEs, they don't keep their books. So we have a software that is able to capture the usual cash flow. Okay, that enables us to do some basic analysis to support them without collateral. Where you need more money, beyond 500,000, beyond 1 million Ghana cedis, then we may have to require you to bring 3 years audited financials and your management financials. We also look at your management team, the people behind the business. We want to be sure that the business is solidly managed by the right people who understand the business, and then they take the right decisions, and they have a clear direction, strategic direction, to grow the business. So basically, these are some of the things that we require, from these businesses, especially your financial information when you need funding beyond 1 million Ghana cedis.
I see. So we've been able to establish the fact that businesses thrive on turnover. They are also required to get the right financing to enable them grow. But if you look at all these factors, where does technology come to play? Where does, let's say, customer experience and what have you? If you put all of these things together, how will you say businesses must strategically position themselves for the times ahead?
Yeah, so finance is key for growth. But you mentioned another critical factor that enables or fuel growth: technology adoption. The world has shifted. We are in a total different world, and technology became very prevalent, at the emergence of COVID. And after COVID, things have changed. So if you are a businessman or a woman, and from COVID era, you haven't shifted your thinking, and you have not been reimagining your business model, and driving it towards the technology era, then you are in to fail very, very soon. If you have not even started failing, you'll be failing. Because we have even moved from the 4th industrial era to the 5th industrial era.
The paradigm shift happens so quickly
by technology, but this time is the AIs, your robotics, your machine learnings, So you need to definitely be interested in technology and how it is helping businesses to grow. Today, e-commerce in Ghana is flourishing. If you have a business, you don't have a website. Businesses come to me and then they tell me what they are doing. Sometimes after they have left, I go online to search if they have an online that provides additional information from what they have already told me. And sometimes you search, and there isn't any tangible information about the business in today's world. And e-commerce, we have various platforms like your Haptel, your Jumia. There is nothing in Ghana that you can't get online to buy. And when you get onto these e-channels, you expose yourself to over 30 million Ghanaians, over 1.2 billion Africans, and then over 8 billion people globally. So why would you not want to, hook up to the digital solutions or platforms that are available and are enabling businesses to grow? And then you also mentioned customer experience. Honestly, I see customer experience as a magnet that attracts clients to you or actually drives them away. Unfortunately, in our Ghanaian market, customer experience is not that popular. A lot of businesses are not paying attention to customer experience and are not putting in the right measures or mechanisms to ensure that their clients are getting the best of services. And it's important that every business, your employees, they have deep understanding of your business, of your product, of your processes, so that they can articulate this to their client. They are well trained to behave well in the right way. And then also you leverage technology, the same technology, to streamline your processes so that your turnaround time is so swift, offering convenience to these clients. These are some of the things that you need to do. And then staying close to your clients. Let your customer, feel that you are interested in him, you care about them. And then your interactions are very personal. For customer service, a whole topic altogether.
I know, right?
At the right time, we will talk about that.
I think listeners should see the passion with which you are speaking.
Because for this particular topic, especially customer experience, I used to be the head of service excellence at ABSA, and I drove that agenda passionately because I wanted to see the business transform.
Well, Audrey, we are concluding, but in your initial remarks, you made mention of partnerships when it comes to the growth of, businesses. Even as you conclude, telling us about what ABSA has for, SMEs going forward from today, how does supply-driven growth propel the success of any business? Because if you are not partnering the right supplier, you can drive your business aground, and which is a key element when it comes to the growth of businesses. So 2 quick things. Talk to me about the partnership with suppliers and also what ABSA has in the offering for businesses. The 10% we know is still going, but what more is there to it?
Okay, so on partnership, I have personally come to appreciate the power of partnership and collaboration. Having worked, with a development partner, what ABSA couldn't do because of partnership and collaboration, ABSA has now been able to do that. Every business, usually these small and medium enterprises are sole proprietors, and they hardly think partnership and collaboration. We are.
Was Audrey Abaka of ABSA sharing the good news of what SMEs can do to succeed. That's it for today's edition of the Citi Business Festival. In fact, it's the last one of our honor series, and she was chatting with Neat Latte. Many thanks for listening. That's how I wrap it up on today's edition of the Citi Breakfast Show. My name is Nathan Kwao. Earlier you heard Bernardino Kokuavle and Richard Delasky. We're back tomorrow morning with a lot more for you. Show produced by Fred Jabano and Shibaraba Benin. Godfred Odum gave us help on technical. Edwin Kwakofi helped us on the stream. Let's get into the news at 10. Zoe Abubedo Ado is here with the details.